It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos
Well, hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, hump day, however you choose to call it. I'm Stephanie with Don't Count Us Out with my hubby to the right, Pablo Punko Gonzalez. What is up, my love?
What up, wifey poo?
How are you?
I'm lovely. How are you?
I'm good. Caesar's probably like, what the hell's going on between me? Like sandwiched in a conversation I know nothing about.
I am currently getting mean mugged by Mike over here.
He'll be all right. He'll live. He'll live. That'll teach him some lessons on how to behave.
That's right, Mr. Gutter.
How is everybody today? I hope you guys who are turning in, you guys had a great Wednesday. How was your weekend, Pablo?
Oh, it was good. Not bad. I went to the Irish Rebel.
Oh, what was there?
It was like a new wave big dance party featuring Julius Oliver,
Okay.
Victor Luau, and I think DJ Lex. If I memory. Oh, Ed. Hello.
DJ Myra.
DJ Myra.
How do you forget her?
I can't forget Myra.
You can never forget the familia.
Oh, no, never.
Oh, my
DJ
God.
Familia. So yeah, it was nice. It's different.
Who was playing? What were they playing?
Victor, of course, alternative, and then I heard a little bit of Lex in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Also alternative, and then with Myra, she's playing house. All kinds of house music. And
Yeah,
stuff, so.
I love when she DJs.
Yeah.
She puts in a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, it was her because what I like about Myra that she's not like predictable. You
No.
just don't know what's gonna come out of her.
No, she's not
I'm
predictable at all.
predictable. I'm gonna play, in the order and all that stuff. That's me. I'm predictable, but she's unpredictable. I'm a brand. I can't help it.
There you go.
Oh my God. Let me see. What did we do? Well, Mike was supposed to work. Did you work Zubar? No, right? Yeah, you didn't work Zubar. I don't remember where we went. Where did we go? I'm getting senile. 55 does a lot.
Was I at?
Wait till you get to 57.
I don't know. I stood home. I know the majority of Saturday we kind of killed off a little bit. I don't even remember what we did Saturday.
Was there a Netflix and chill night for you guys?
No, I don't even remember. I really don't remember what the hell we did.
You remember the last time it happened? What?
You had Bunko.
What?
And I DJ.
Oh yeah, well Bunko was for me on Friday with my Bunko bees, and then Sunday we took a impromptu drive to Milwaukee to see La Virgen de Guadalupe.
Nice.
They brought her in from
All the way
Mexico.
over there?
Yeah.
That was a
So I
nice
missed
trip.
her in Illinois, and I went over there. We drove to Milwaukee. I'm like, come on, hurry up, get dressed. He's like, we taking a shower? Nope, hurry up, let's get dressed. And they did the whole entire ritual and presenting her and telling the story. And I mean, to see her up close and to look in her eyes, she looks real. Like she's just looking at you. It was very powerful and very peaceful. Ironically, we picked a day that, the cartel decides to go and blow up Mexico. So obviously people were praying for Mexico right at that time. So timing couldn't be better to have her in Illinois.
That's another story.
Yeah, that's a crazy story. So I hope people who were in Mexico were able to get out. I hear it's a little calmer right now. So let's just hope it stays that way and, they figure things out. But on another note, we have a special guest today.
What do we have today?
We have CZR.
Caesar.
What is up, man?
What's going on?
Oh my God. Are you nervous? Are you panicky? Like, do you know what to expect? I mean,
I don't know what to expect. That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. Yeah. Don't want to be predictable.
don't.
I like that.
Oh my God. So don't worry, we won't be that hard on you. But we are going to ask you a couple of questions. And oh my God, my dog is really going at it right now. So we're just going to be, start from the beginning. What wanted Cesar Hernandez to be CZR and how that all happened and what made you want to DJ?
Let's go way back.
Wow. Okay. So the first part of it, I think, was just loving music. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then listening to the radio.
What radio?
The mixes, WBMX.
Oh, yeah, that
Okay.
station.
That station.
That station.
Oh, yeah, that station.
That little station, right?
Uh-huh.
Big impact, though. So then collecting records at that point, I was like 8 years old.
What year were we talking about? I like a timeline.
Yeah.
Man, I'm bad with that. So it would
Right.
be, okay, so let's go. So 10,
Is it 82, 83?
4.
How old were you?
Probably 81, I think it was.
Okay.
Because I was 8 years old collecting music. And I was gifted some records, you know? And so I was just like collecting them. My mom had a stereo, whatever. And then I was listening to the music on the radio. So then it had like little buttons. So you can go from phono to radio to whatever. So I would put them in between, and I was able to play this record and like mix it, right? So I'm like following. There's no pitch control, right? So your finger is the one that's pushing it or slowing it down or whatever. So that's like the beginning of me actually attempting to DJ.
At 8?
No, that's at 10 years old. Now.
Okay, 10.
The collecting the records was at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Do you remember the first record you collected?
You know what? One record
gifted?
that stands out that was gifted or whatever was Yaz.
Oh.
Situation.
Your mom? Who gave you that? Your mom?
Situation. No.
Oh, damn, she's jazz. She's jazz? Yes.
You know what's funny is actually it was my sister's love. Well, a guy that liked my sister,
Okay.
so he would give her records, and then he like, oh, you want some? I'm like, yeah, I'll take. What is that? And then so he gave it to me, whatever, right? But actually, I'm lying though, because a little bit before 10 years old, what the story I just told, there was a guy where we lived. We lived on the second floor. He lived on the first floor. His name was Jr. So he had turntables, the Technique 1200s, and then. So I saw him, whatever. I'd be like, hey, what's going on, whatever. And then he took a liking to me, whatever. So then I wanted to listen to the music. So the music that he was playing was a wide range, but one of them that really stands out. I don't know if that's why it's my favorite song as far as hip hop, but it's The Message, you know.
Oh, okay.
And so then he would let me play music, and I wasn't DJing. I was just playing. I was not even trying to learn or whatever. But I caught the bug with the gifting of the records that or then I started collecting records whenever I got a chance. You know, there was a electronics store on Cermak right by Levitt, and they sold records. So then I would go there and buy it because when I would go by my grandma's house or whatever. However, JR, he allowed me to play records on his turntables, on his equipment. But then that story I just mentioned that I was doing the whole turntable thing, whatever. But I didn't learn to DJ until I was 12 years old. A neighborhood friend or whatever, Steve Chavez. I actually even mentioned him on my first legal mix compilation that I did.
Wait, you got illegal ones?
So the bootleg shit. You know what I mean? But yeah. I mentioned him on there because he was the one that actually taught me the art of blending. You know.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think that was pretty cool that I actually learned. He taught me. But what's funny is that I actually saw him spinning at our block party, you know. And what I would hear was whatever I heard on the radio, like I was seeing it live, and that really like inspired me, you know. So that's kind of like really what catapulted me, like, this is what I want to do is DJ, you know.
So you're like 12, 13 years old now. You're getting into the blending part of the DJing. Mm-hmm. When did you decide to come up with like a DJ name for yourself?
Until I actually became a producer.
Oh, so this
when I was 16
this is
years
fast
old.
forward. Like,
Wow.
Yeah, when I was 16. I did my first record when I was 16 years old with DJ International on the label Underground Records. So before I became an artist, right, with making music and stuff.
Don't do this. You are an artist.
Like an artist.
Yeah, I've always had a hard time with that. You know what I mean? That title. I accept it more and more, now. But at that point, though, from the time that I actually started blending records, that I'm like, oh, I like this, to the point that I made my first record. In between there, I was going under Caesar H. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's funny, actually, Derek Carter just, I forgot how long ago, maybe like a year ago, 2 years ago, he tagged me on a flyer that we were both on there. Anyway, I was under Caesar H or whatever. He's like, oh, that's pretty cool, like, you know. But, the history goes on, right?
So where were you mixing at?
At that party was probably like, I think it was like on 55th or 59th and Kedzie or something like
Okay,
that.
so on the south side.
In the
southwest
south side, yeah, south side, yep.
You did a lot of those church parties or
Yeah, all the hall parties,
hall
yep,
parties.
Yep. I
The,
did, you know.
the Caesar's Inn, ironically.
really?
Yeah.
Did you ever get the
There's a
pictures?
flyer with you on it.
Really?
Really?
Yeah,
cool.
there is.
Okay.
I have to pull it out, but
Yeah, I would love to
there
see
is.
that.
I think
That is
I
funny.
think 3J, who actually happens to be on here. Hey, 3J. I think 3J has one. He
Shout out
posted it.
3J.
So yeah, I was like, oh, look who's on there. Ironically, want to say hi to Sue Vargas, DJ Phoenix, DJ 3J Freeze is on here.
Rodolfo, what's up?
He's
What up,
up
Sue?
there. So, all right, Sue, our number one fan as always.
That's our girl.
So going back to you DJing, so you're doing these house parties like on 59th. Were you playing any of the like clubs back then? Were you allowed to play the clubs back then?
No, so like all the parties that that I was doing was like, you know, again, the Wozniaks, the Centrum Halls, and you know that kind of stuff, and house parties and whatnot. The party crew stuff, you know what I mean?
Were you a part of a party crew?
I was. I
Which
actually.
one?
I hung out with a few of them. You know, one of them being Ultimate Party Crew (UPCs).
Okay.
However, I was never a UPC, but I created my own with my cousin and my uncle, which was the Bad Examples. And so then we became a party crew, right? So then it's like, okay, well, who are the DJs? Well, obviously, right? You know. And but I was also my friend Carlos Heredia. She was Carlos H. I'm Cesar H. And then no relation. Obviously, he's Heredia. I'm Hernandez. However, we were like, I think the only fucking DJs, and then that were really representing. And then there's like Victor and so forth, right? So, but that's like really what I did is created my own party crew, and then
Any drama?
I forgot how old was
Any
I? No,
party crew drama in your day? That's good.
Hey Paula, hey Victor Salazar. Victor Salazar is charging. 3J says me and Caesar have some great history and stories together. We'll get to that later.
Oh yes.
So now, okay, so you're doing these. What made you at such a young age? Because 16 is young.
To produce music.
Yeah. What made you want to produce music, or gave you that? I think I can do this. And what was your first track with DJ International?
So okay, for me was the DJing part was just kind of like, you know, kind of kept me out of trouble basically, right? And kind of for a lot of us DJs here, maybe everywhere in the world or whatever, would using music as an escapism for, you know, whatever's going on in the world, in the neighborhood or whatever. But then being able to do these mixes. At first, I was programming stuff like, oh, this could go good with this and whatever. And through those channels, that's what I found inspiration to be like, I think I can make music. Because the sampling thing was a big thing or whatever. So that kind of helped me. So I got, what is it called? It was a keyboard. I can't remember the name of the keyboard. Maybe Mirage or something like that, that had a sampling, but very little sampling time. So creatively, I thought, I'm like, well, let me sample stuff, but I'm gonna speed up the record, so then I get enough time in there, and then then the keyboard will kind of like, you can slow it down. So that kind of stuff, again, using my creative instinct or whatever, I did tracks. I did a track actually, just one demo, whatever, and I showed it to Rocky Jones. He liked it. He's like, okay, I'll give you some studio time, you know? At this point, I was actually working at Quantum with Benji.
Okay.
And so then I was kind of afraid to even bring it up because I'm like, I'm an employee, you know what I mean? Like,
Double dipping.
so I felt kind of like bad about it, but I'm like, let me shoot my shot, whatever, you know? So he allowed me studio time, and I did my first record when I was 16 years old. But that's what, one thing inspired the other. The DJing inspired being able to put beats together and ideas or whatever. And
What was the name of your
once I
first
did it,
track?
Dance to the Drummer's Beat, which is,
Dance to the Drummer's Beat.
yeah, Boogeyman. He actually did one of the remixes on it. And so he looked out for me on that part. He actually he was the first one to play it on the radio.
Really?
Yeah. So imagine, right, being 16 years old, you got your copy of your first record, and then you go tell your mom like, hey, look, I got a record, and then you tell her like, it's gonna be on the radio. I'm like, here. And we went to the car, played it out in the car because it had a little bit better of a system. So I played it for her. We were in the car and she's listening to it, and she's actually the person that really was backing me up on this music thing, the DJ thing / music. My dad didn't want me to be a part of any music DJing or whatever, but she was, and then she got me my first set of turntables and mixer. Not the best, but I mean,
But enough for you to
but
be
enough
able to
be
do
like,
what you wanted to
yeah,
do.
keep going. You know what I mean?
That is so cool. Shouts out to mothers and just parents, because I know, back in either 80s or 90s, I can just see people going up to, I want to be a DJ. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, how about college?
Right.
It wasn't like it wasn't known like to be a career or even a thought
That
of
part.
being a career, It was just more like, this is just a hobby. You just want to play records with your friends and go to their house and stay at
Especially
parties.
back then, like, ¿qué es eso, DJ? ¿Qué
Yeah.
es eso?
Well, what is that,
Tocar disco, ¿qué? Like,
Exactly,
what? You
exactly.
crazy?
Tony T's on here. Hi, Tony. We've got Michael Russell. How you doing? Rick Lenore's on here. He's saying Insonic EPS Mirage.
Mirage. I think there was the Insonic. Yep, Mirage. I think that's the one that I was using to sample or whatever.
So let's go
To
back
do the demo,
Okay.
Let's go back to DJ International. That's a big deal. You're 16. You're on a DJ International. That's a big label
Crazy.
here in Chicago, right?
I want to know how he met Benji. Because they go both hand in hand, don't they?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Who introduced
So,
you to DJ International?
so yeah, no, he deserves a lot of acknowledgement on this. So it's a guy named Gil, Going On Gil. That's his DJ name. I don't know if he still goes by that. Do you know?
I don't know.
No?
Maybe he is going on.
He's probably still going on. He's a friend of mine, right? So he told me like, hey, I'm working over here, whatever. So I'm like, hey, can you give me a job over there? He's like, let me ask. So then he introduced me to Yaya. He set up an interview. I set up an interview with her because of him. So Yaya met me. I talked to her. Yaya's the one that handled the whole distribution at Quantum for DJ International. And so when I met her, she took a liking to me, and then she talked to Benji. And then she's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, you feel it. I met him. He's cool. Let's get him in here. And so I got in there, and then, I worked with them at Quantum. Benji opened up DJ International Record Store in Cicero, on Cicero Avenue. So then he moved me from the distribution to the record store. So then I was at the record store selling records and tapes and whatever. Yeah. But it was Going On Gil, I forgot his last name, but anyways, he goes by Going On Gil, so Chicago people know who he is.
Yeah. I haven't heard Yaya's name in forever.
Yeah,
That's a name that nobody drops.
I love Yaya. I drop that name all the time. And it was funny because I've actually mentioned her, like even on a post or here or there, whatever. And she thanked me for that. So yeah. So
Yeah, because
she
I mean,
deserves a lot of,
you hear about Rocky, you hear about Benji, you hear about everybody who was at there, but you don't hear Yaya's name, and she had a major part in a lot that was
100%.
going on behind the scenes and making a lot of things happen just as well. So shouts out to Yaya, man, because I haven't heard that name in so long. So now, you're working for Benji, you get the courage, to turn around and say, hey, I got something here.
To
What's
Rocky.
his first reaction?
To Rocky.
Oh, to Rocky?
Benji didn't even know I was doing that.
Oh, wow.
No, yeah.
So what was his first reaction?
Rockies or
Rockies, yeah.
Rockies. He was surprised. He's like, okay, So he goes, yeah, let's do something. Let's get you in the studio. So I got in the studio, and I had an engineer, Craig Loftus, and I don't think he was too pleased of his position there, or at least what I was doing or whatever, But never held it against him or whatever. But recorded something. And it just worked. And the crazy part is that, so I knew the distribution part of the business because I was working there, and while I was recording, and then what's his name, Craig, he was like helping me out with stuff, whatever. And although I wasn't getting the stuff that I needed, how I was hearing it, it still was good. Where I was still happy with it at the end. especially Boogie. You know, he did his remix, whatever, and lo and behold, you know, when the pre-sales come in and they're like, you know, 5,000 pre-sales or whatever, it's like, who the hell is ordering 5,000 of my record? Like, this is crazy, you know. 16 years old, whatever, you know. So then, I'm gonna fast forward to a story. So fast forward to like maybe like 95, 96 or something like that.
You just
I'm jumping. No, check this
So
out.
when was your first record? Let's ask Scott. When was your first record with
What
DJ
year?
International? What year?
I think 90.
Okay.
Okay, and how many did you make for them before you jump forward?
So I did 2 recordings for Underground Records, which is DJ International.
International, okay.
Which actually, technically, one of them was actually for DJ International because I was on the Hip House. That's the only where it came out as a. The first one came out as a single. The second one was on the album The Hip House 2, which had Sundance, Cool Rod, KLXC, I think Julian, whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I'm jumping to 96 or whatever, not 6 years or whatever. Now I'm in Europe, right? So I'm in France. I'm doing a tour out there, and
So when you're saying you're doing a tour, you're singing or you're DJing?
I'm
or?
DJing. I'm
Okay,
DJing. Yeah,
okay.
I'm DJing. So I'm DJing out there. Somebody they bring me out, right? So the first gig that I did in France when I arrived, got to the office of whatever promoter, right? So then he's like, "Yo, I got." And at this point, I already had a record on my own label in 1994.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so 1996, when I'm in Europe, in France, the promoter, we're at his office, and he goes, "Yo," he's like, you know, he's got these record bins or whatever, you know. So he's like, "Hey, I got your first record." So I'm thinking that he's talking about the record on my label, Grifa, which is Jazz for That Ass.
Mm-hmm.
But then he comes up and he's like, over there. So then he pulls it, whatever. I'm like, what is that? Like, you know? So I'm like, bring it over here. So I'm looking at it, and it's my first record when I was 16 years old that Rocky licensed to France.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was like, I've never seen this before. So there's money that's missing now.
Of course.
You know?
Ding, 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 ding,
Chicago
ding, ding, ding.
politics.
Right. So I was like, whoa, that's the only reason I jumped to that story, because it's the same record, the first record I ever did. You know?
Oh.
Yeah.
But that's how a lot of the artists got overseas and didn't know it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny, yeah, because I know that's, you know, usually what the fight is usually about is how all of that music got overseas, and everybody knew you guys. And, you know, from the stories that I hear, a lot of people from Marshall Jefferson to Chippy, none of them knew that the
Someone
other
else was
side of the
having-
world
Right.
knew who
about
they
us.
were before,
Yeah.
you know, Chicago or New York or any of them knew who they were. We've got, excuse me, Dan Martinez. Quick question. In the early days, when
What up,
was his first interaction with Pablo? I guess you. Or who's Pablo? Who's Pablo? Which Pablo? There's a lot of Pablos. Let us know, Dan.
Well, I remember something that guy that he brought it up, that when I talked to you, like, this is a long time ago, you were very respectful to me. You're like, hey man, just want to give you, you shook my hand, like, oh, I listened to CYC, I listened to you guys, and you guys did a good job. You know, you gave us like that props. So I remember that you told me about it.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was brought up with, good parents and stuff. You know, the upbringing was definitely always being respectful to people and stuff. Don't take things for granted, you know, that kind of stuff. Stuff that you learn in kindergarten, actually, you know what I mean? And those values I've always carried with me to this day, you know what I mean? Some people might piss you off, you know what I mean? But you still kind of try to...
Really?
Yeah.
In this business? Get out.
You still have to remain, cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool as a fan, so... But, no, I'm glad you're here. You know what's funny? I actually had a question for you.
Uh-oh.
So you had a record out, right?
Yeah.
A few or just one?
Just one on Soundpack label.
Is that the Blue label?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to ask you, is that your record? Because
Yeah.
I knew, I'm like... You know, kind of we were talking about trademarks and
Yeah.
stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm like...
So what happened to me, because I got dicked by the producer. I don't know what if I say his name.
Say it.
Whisper into my ear.
So anyway.
Oh, okay.
So what happened to me, I did that as well when I was 16. I was
Okay,
a junior
wow,
in
nice.
high school. Came out on Soundpack right after Mind Games.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And at that time, I was already on WBMX as a guest DJ with Hot Mix 5. So
Wow. Nice.
I remember the record. What was cool is that it was featured at Gramophone. Remember you were Gramophone?
Yeah, of
You'd been
course.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
But what was
Staple.
cool was to see it like in the top 10
Oh
in
my
Chicago,
God.
right? So that's like a dream for a teenage kid. Like, whoa, my God. here's the
Anybody
record.
really? But yeah,
So yeah, it was on Soundpack. It was produced here in Oak Lawn, Illinois, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The
Okay.
Soundpack studios were in Oak Lawn, Illinois, from what I remember.
I didn't know that. That's good to know. Cool.
The history between you two, it's crazy. Julio, hey Julio, he says, oh, so production was first. I thought it was the mixtapes.
For me?
Yeah. So you becoming a producer was first before you started doing mixtapes.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, yes.
We've got
Heard it from
Adam
the horse's
Lasoya
mouth.
here. Yep.
Yes,
We
yes,
got
yes.
Dennis Stranolowski. I hope I didn't screw
What's
that
up,
up. I
Adam
tried
Jam
to
Master Rock?
do well
That's-
with last names.
Hey, give him some respect. Devastating Dennis.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I remember.
All right.
That's an old school
Yeah.
name.
You know, when they come with the real names, it's like it throws us all off.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, yeah, yeah.
It's LDJ Master Freddy's on here. So, what's up, guys? Thank you for joining in. And thank you, in case you guys are just joining in right now, we are graced with the presence of DJ CZR. He just
Chicago's
goes by
very
Caesar.
own.
Yes, Chicago's very own. So, now we go into the whole entire your DJing. I remember when you did your first video, but before you did that, how many tracks did you have by the time you started going your first tour?
So that's kind of interesting, right? Because, like, the first record, I had, like, 5 tracks on there, you know, different tracks. Then the following record, I'm talking about my label, also, like, 5, right? So that's 10 there. And then you count the 2 that I did with DJ International, that's 12. And then I had maybe another 4 because I had maybe 1 EP with IHR. So now we're what, at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 maybe. By the time, yeah, I did my first tour. And that the first tour was actually technically in France. Although I was touring here, it was not an official tour where you can say it's like, oh, it's labeled this or whatever. But I was doing tour dates in the U.S. probably since
In different
95.
states?
Different,
All
yeah,
over? Okay.
yeah. First started in the States, yeah. Well, you know, in Chicago first, right? Different, you know, you call them tour stops. Or
then you
whatever.
branch out.
And then you see, I started doing the U.S. and then from there, you know, started doing Europe and Mexico and Canada and
Wow.
France and you know what I mean, like all
So did you have your own record label by that point in time when you were touring?
94, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Master Blaster, Mr. Tony T is on here. Master Blaster Records. And then Jonathan Torres wants to know, what was the first venue you mixed at? Was it at Malo's on Fairfield Avenue?
I don't know if that was the first one because that's 21 and over. At that point, I was actually like 14 years old.
So what was your first club that you DJ'd at?
Oh, man,
Official.
Official.
I don't remember.
What?
I don't remember.
Seeing you guys talked about my age a little while ago.
And you know what? The thing is that not that it's not memorable or nothing like that. It's just kind of like what you're doing one thing and then another, and then you just kind of like start kind of snowballing into
Starts
all
mixing
kinds
into
of
each
things,
other.
and yeah, it starts blending in whatever with whatever you're doing. You know, I really don't remember what.
I have a
my
memory
first-
pill in my pocket. I mean,
Yeah, pasta.
Like that's gonna separate all the timeline for you.
Yeah.
So
So
what-
right, so that's actually another point to that though.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've done the hall parties as we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Obviously, those are not clubs, but those were our clubs. You
Yeah,
know what
they
I mean?
were.
Exactly,
So that's kind of where it's like the blurred lines. You know what I mean? Of like what was the first party that I did, or first club, or the first, you know. Mm-hmm. That that's.
but let me make it simple. What was your favorite club here in Chicago you mixed at?
yeah, there you go.
That's a good
It's
one.
a good one.
Thank you. Gracias.
Man, that's kind of a hard one, but
Oh,
I'll say a memorable one was definitely Crowbar
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
with Eric Murillo. It was actually a release party for one of my songs, what's the guy's name? Bird.
Yeah, Bird Bardot.
So the funny thing is, he was at the door, whatever, right? So then I get in there, I'm DJing, Eric's DJing, whatever. But when I was DJing, I was done. Eric's like, oh my God. I mean, Eric, Bird was like, oh my God. He's like, you were so awesome. He's like, when are you going to come back to Chicago? I was like, I see you at Red Dog all the time.
On Mondays.
On
Hello?
Mondays, So that was the funny part that, as
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's funny. Hi, Dynamico. Welcome in. He's bringing up the record store. I remember the record store, and it's
yes.
ironic because I could have sworn recently, and I can't think of the DJ's name. He opened up the record store in the same record store you had on Archer originally.
Someone before me or after me?
No, after you recently, because he moved the record store recently. But
Oh, I didn't know
I
that.
could have sworn it's the same record store because I saw the layout of it, and I was like, "That's Caesar's old record store."
No way. That's
Yeah,
funny.
it was kind of crazy. But let's talk about the record store. So, you got your label. You opened the record store. You were doing some graffiti art in there because I do remember that,
Yeah.
and some of the T-shirts and stuff like that.
We did some events there too. Yeah.
That you did. What possessed you to open up a record store? Like, I mean, you had knowledge, you had experience in doing and working with Quantum and working with Benji and DJ International. What possesses somebody to say, I just want to open up a record store?
What year is this?
95, I think. Yeah, 95.
95.
Hot year for you on that era. 95, 96.
Yeah, a lot of stuff was happening. So, what's really sparked the idea, I'm going to be honest with you, was my cousin Chico. You know Chico, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she's like, yo, let's do a record store, whatever. Because, he was like, what should we do? Because he's a creative dude as well, Mm-hmm. And so he's like, yo, let's open up a record store. And I'm like, I never thought about that. But yeah, I mean, I know I can do it. I know the distributors. I know how to, how the distribution works, sales, this, that, whatever. I press my own records and I, distribute it myself as well. So being a part of like the whole process from, again, originally just being a consumer of the music, buying the records and DJing. And so like all the steps, I covered everything. So I'm like, you know what, maybe, yeah, let's go. And so, yeah, I mean, my cousin really was the one that catapulted the whole idea to do it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So he was the one.
How long you had the record store for?
2 years, unfortunately, yeah.
It's a tough business, right? Were you competing with Andre at that time, or was you
Yeah.
Archer, right?
Yeah, he was on Archer, but no, he was.
But he was
on
further
opposite.
down,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was on Pulaski. We were like more like towards Hall, maybe like 4 blocks off of Ashland, going
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
east.
east. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they were far apart, so there wasn't really nothing on Archer, so there was no competition for him.
Yeah.
So Andre was over on Pulaski and Archer, across the street from Cary High School. So Jesse says, Caesar, tell them the first time you seen Eric Murillo.
What is that about?
Okay, yeah. You know what's funny Jesse, right? So I actually I thought of it a little bit different because I thought he was the promoter at this event. So now check this out. So I have a record out, right? It's on test pressing. Eric Murillo wants to license it to his label. So the label that it was on, it's a U.S. label, and then Eric Murillo's a U.S. label. Licensing deals only happened from U.S. to Europe or Europe to U.S., never within the same country that I know of. So then, so Eric's like, kind of like, stop the presses, don't release this. I want to license it. Michael Ryden, he's the one that actually made it happen. We talked about the whole thing, whatever. And so we made it happen. So we got the licensing deal together. The rumor, though, that I had heard is that Eric Murillo's playing your record for like 20 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
I'm like, get the fuck out.
Impressive.
You're like 20 whole minutes?
Extended.
Like that.
Like it was like extended version?
That sounds exaggerated, right? So then I go to this event in the South Side. I think it was Dalton. If Jesse's online, he can confirm that. I think it was Dalton. And so Eric's playing at this rave, right? So I go there, whatever, and so Eric goes on and starts playing, and then whatever. So before you know it, he's playing the record Bad Enough, and I'm listening. I'm like, okay, shit, and people reacting to it, whatever. Right? Brand new record, okay? It's on test pressing, whatever. And he's playing it for fucking 20 minutes. He's going back.
You
back
really
to
like
back,
that one?
Back
Oh,
to
jeez.
back and whatever. And I'm like,
Which do you remember which track it was?
Bad Enough.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I never heard that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So what kind of music is that? Like hip house, housey?
It's
underground?
house, like deep disco kind. You know what I mean?
Underground?
Yeah,
Okay.
underground stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
And but yeah, so he's playing for 20 minutes, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is not a rumor. This is like, it was debunked, like for real, like So I was like, yeah, I was very happy about that. And
How was the crowd reacting to this?
Oh no, really good. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
there you go.
The crowd was really good.
That's why people kept playing it. They're,
so we've
Maybe,
got,
yeah.
Why am I going to change that song? Reacting to it.
So we've got DJ Superman watching on TikTok.
Oh, wait,
Superman.
DJ Superman?
DJ Superman.
You know, Jesse should be called DJ Batman.
We got Freeze watching. Real Chicago House is on here. Thank you for tuning in over on TikTok. We are here with CZR. David Danamico, Mr. Danamico himself. He says Hispanic Syndicated Empire reunion. He says Ito is watching. Oh, what does that mean?
Awesome. So Ito's my partner. So we so going back to the DJ part of it, when I was talking about Steve Chavez, when he taught me the art of blending. Ito, I actually met Ito through a mutual friend of ours named Albert. So he took me over to Ito's house, right? Because Ito now has equipment at this point, right? I didn't have any equipment, so then I was like, oh shit, like let me go over there, whatever. I'll go with you, So then I saw Ito spinning, whatever, and he was doing mixtapes, and that's a whole story that I'm gonna leave alone. You should guys get him in an interview too, because he's got some interesting.
Send us the
interesting
info.
stories.
We got it.
Yeah, for sure. So I would go over there. And but I don't know how many years apart we are, but even at that point, if let's just say he was 18, and I was 15, you know what I mean? It was just one of those things that he's like, you feel older as you're 18,
okay.
Right.
So I know that he shunned me a little bit like that, and but it was cool, like we were still cool, and then it must have been like maybe I was 14 or whatever, but whatever the age difference is, he played a big part, Ito, because. Then we started doing weddings and cotillions and whatever, right? And then we did the mixtape stuff, and then we did some records together. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we did some on Subliminal, and then some on Sondos, which is also another Subliminal record.
He's been on a lot of labels.
Yeah.
He's definitely been on a lot of labels. Adam, welcome in. Sam, how are you, sir? Thank you for joining us. Gino Rocket and Romo is in the house. Thank you for tuning in, sir.
What's up, Gene?
What's up? What's up? We'll be giving your shout-outs for March 8th pretty soon. Hirsch is on here. Hells yeah, once again, talking about them good old days. Thanks for coming in, Hirsch. Raphael Ito's on here. Hey, Ito.
What's up, Ito?
We'll need to be in contact with you real soon, sir, so we can get you on here as well.
Get it right here.
So, south side of Chicago
Yes.
is like the anthem.
Oh, you made that?
Yeah, he did.
What? That's you?
Oh my God, Pablo, are you not?
Oh, that's a hit, dude. That's a jam.
That's funny. Thank you.
How does it feel to know that there's certain anthems within Chicago,
That's one of them, man.
but that is one of them, and not only does it just have its own ring to it for the '90s, but it's done by a Latino.
Yes. So I've always thought about this part, right, where like you're talking about anthems, right, and it definitely became. And actually, in Germany, I got booked over there to play a club called Dockland. They licensed the record because it was an anthem over there, Wow. So to see stuff like that, or hear it or experience it even firsthand, even like here in Chicago, I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy because.
Where's that sample from?
Hold on one second. Gene Chandler.
Okay.
Gene Chandler, yeah. When you're number one. So the thing with that, with the anthem thing, if you think about like, what's his name? Frank Sinatra, Chicago,
yeah.
Talent Town.
Okay.
So it's an anthem like that, right? So to me, it's just like, I was able to speak to my age group, my demographic or whatever, you know what I mean, to do an anthem like that, even if it was just local for Chicago, but it actually, you know, rang bells across the world, you know, so that's the crazy
It did,
part.
I remember when we were there at the video, Jerron was 8 months and Josh was 5. The kids were on it. Yeah, Josh. Yeah, I gotta make sure you see Josh tonight.
I know, I met him.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were
I didn't
outside
know
with him.
that was him.
Yeah, that was him.
Oh God.
So in case
That's
nobody
awesome.
knew it, you know, Caesar did a video for the South Side of Chicago, over on 18th Street. Cermak.
In Pilsen, on Cermak,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, at the small park. I don't know the name of it. I know you do.
Barrett's Park.
There you go.
Yep, yep.
And instead of using dancers, he used kids
Yeah.
playing in the park. He used his sons, Little Caesar. He used Desi.
Yeah.
And he used little kids to dance to the song.
Yeah, so it was like to recreate like a rave scene, but with children, right?
Yes.
Like kids, you know, whatever. My nephews, nieces also were in the video. So my niece, so okay, hold on, let me think. My sister's daughter, right? So my niece, she's got 3 kids, and I was to the oldest one, she's I think 6 years old right now. I showed her the video like last week or whatever it was, and I was showing her, like, you know, Uncle Sergio. She's like, yeah. I'm like, that's him. You know, that's him. You know, Caesar. I'm pointing out. She's like, what? She was freaking
They were
out.
little. They were tiny.
Right, yeah, there were little people. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
But,
Caesar playing
What a
you,
great
like
idea that was.
little miniature
That's
you.
different. Instead of having some girl in a bikini or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
you'd expect it's,
He
get
had
the kids
them.
involved. That's nice.
Yeah, like rave culture was definitely a thing for us here in Chicago. You know, I mean, worldwide, obviously, right? But I'm speaking of Chicago because of the song Chicago Southside or whatever. Danny the Wild Child actually lent me his equipment for that
video?
thing. So yeah, so a little tidbit there.
It was a long shoot. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was a very long shoot. But it was so cute. The end result was so cute, and to see all these little kids jumping around to the south side of Chicago, it was so cool.
That's
And then to
cool.
have your kids in it.
Yeah,
I
my
mean,
God.
how memorable can you make that, you know, for yourself and for your family and for
Right.
us? You know, I thought that was just really cool.
Yeah.
Who was the thought process behind that? Was it you, or did you have somebody who was thinking about, hey, this is what you should do?
No, so for the Chicago South Side actual record cover, the art direction was 2 people: the photographer, which is Rob Chappa, and Charles Little as well, and God, what's my guy's name? We used actually one of his photos too, that was just like a train image or whatever. I can't remember his name for the life of me right now. But anyway, so for that record, the cover was that Rob Chappa. Rob Chappa was also the videographer for the video. But the treatment was mine. Like it was my idea to recreate again the rave scene, but with kids or whatever. Because if you really think about it, that's what the ravers were mimicking. You know, the Elmo stuff or the thing, whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, let's flip it. You know what I mean? So he's like, oh, that's a good idea. So then we did that. You know, Rob Chappa actually had a really good idea, but we just didn't have the budget for it. You know,
What do you want to do?
I'll tell you. So he had the idea, like, I mean, if we look at the years of when that happened and when this actual movie came out, it was a Minority Report
Oh,
with,
that was like a science fiction. Type
yeah, what's his
thing.
name?
Not Rob Lowe. Tom Hanks.
The one that does Mission Impossible. No,
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Yeah, not Tom Hanks. So the way that, you know, they're doing the screen and doing this and whatever, like, he was telling me, yo, you got to do it. I'm like, yeah, but we ain't got the budget for that. He's like, bro, it's kind of simple, whatever. I'm like, yeah, but there's still money that we got to put into. We don't have that kind of budget. But I really liked his idea. And then, like, I don't know, maybe like 5-6 years later, that movie comes out. And I was like, that was what he was telling me, you know? So he has vision, you know what I mean? He's a good director.
You know, we can always remake it with the same
That's
kids
true.
and do
What
a
do you-
remix.
There you go. There
I'm
you
liking
go.
that.
How do
you
you
go.
classify that song? What do you consider it? Is it just house? Is it?
See,
Because there's so many divisions in house.
Yeah.
Because we're in the 90s,
I
right?
like that. I
Right?
like that question.
So there's all kinds of house music. What do you consider?
Subgenres and stuff, right? So I'm gonna back it up to like whatever music I've been making since I was 16, right?
Okay.
It's always been house to me.
No matter what.
No
kind.
matter
Even
what,
hip
it's
house.
always been house to me. Yes.
Good for you.
And now check this out. So then, what happened at one point is that I released an EP, right? And the EP had different tracks or whatever. So even going with that, with the first EP, the EP that was with like Structure and whatever. So I put out an EP, and now it has like 4 or 5 tracks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like, Pablo will play one thing, and then this guy, whatever, and then. But I'm talking about like from bedroom DJs to like rave DJs that I'm talking about, like the Dave Clarks, Frankie Bones, and like these are techno people, right?
Mm-hmm.
The same song that they're playing is being played here at the local bar, and so it's like, wow, so they're considering me techno over here.
But we're considering
I'm
it
house
house.
over here. They're considering- And it's just like, wow, this is kind of crazy to me. And then in L.A., some people consider me deep house, and for the same song.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that, but I'm like,
yeah.
that's why I'm saying, like, I've always been just house. And let
Keep it
them,
simple.
yeah, let them.
And you
kinda
see the
sub down
different
other
flyers,
stuff.
like the festivals that you've been at, and it's crazy because it's just that you've even been on some acid house events that
Yeah,
they
yeah.
consider your music as part of acid house.
Acid and
It's
stuff, yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
I'm gonna get to some recognition here. Mario C. Gonzalez, Violator All Star DJ, salute CZR, and don't count us out. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate that. Vez Torres is on here. What's up, Caesar? Good to see you. Congrats on your success.
Love.
Let's see what else. Who else? My cousin Joe.
Techno
Joe Cool.
LaBouche.
Joe Cool is on here. Yeah, that was me, LaBouche. I did say LaBouche was techno.
Oh.
Y'all are still gonna get me on that. I can't believe it.
We're never gonna let that
We're
pass.
past that. We're past that.
Nunca.
Is Fess on here? I saw Fess's name over there.
Fez Torres is on here. He's saying what's up.
Love to Fess. He actually, going back to Ito, he did artwork for us for one of our I keep saying compilations.
Fez
not
has done a
compilation.
lot. He's
No,
done a
he's
lot
a
with the
big staple,
Colitos. I'm
everything.
still waiting for my T-shirt, Fez. Whenever you're ready, dude. Julius Oliver's on here.
Julius, what's up, my man?
Jesse's saying Rob Chapa, brother to Rosa, who owned
Rose?
Level
Yes.
Clothing on Archer.
Yes.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
That's a checkpoint for the ravers that know,
Charles Little was pure promotion back in the '90s, rave and club era.
Yes.
Thanks. There was 3J who brought up my LaBouche whole thing. Thanks, 3J.
Samuel, thank you.
So, how does it feel like? Let me ask you this: with all the success that you've had, and you are humble, I take nothing away from you, Caesar. As long as we've known each other, I've never seen you diss people. It may be a rush. Hey, how are you? Because you're in a rush because you're dealing with other people around you. But I've never seen you be rude, at least not to me. If there's other people, then that's their problem, not for me, though.
Yeah.
But I've always seen you be humble and know your place. I'm sure, there's been stories of, he's been out of line. But I think everybody gets out of line once in a while. That's just my opinion.
You can be pushed, I guess.
Yeah, you can be pushed to a level that you've got to come out of line. But I've always found you to be very humble, and I know a lot of people have said that as well. But with all the success that you've had, why do you think Chicago is still in the realm of not getting where they need to be? There's been a great amount of Chicago DJs that have come out, and they've been able to tour. But why do you think it's only been, for lack of better words, certain DJs? Is it the drive? Is it you know who you know? What do you think it is, and what would you advise somebody that, hey, I've been a DJ for X amount of years and I don't know how to get to that status. What would you say?
So, I'm gonna address it like this. It's funny to me because I feel like my life sometimes is playing in reverse, and the reason I say that is because I'm not saying that it came easy to me, but because I'm going off of what even Pablo had mentioned a little while ago, earlier in the conversation, is that there's like a lot of stuff was happening, and it does, right? It did. So when I first started, I was DJing, and then I was just in the right place at the right time, kind of is what it feels like. And then the right people were cheering me on. I even mentioned this story Where like in the neighborhood, it's gangbangers and all that stuff, right? We all live through that. But these particular gangbangers would protect me and be like, no, leave him alone, So I don't know, because they saw something in me or whatever, and they were just like, leave him alone, he's cool, whatever. Although I would play around, play football, whatever we're playing, and but I was just doing like the right moves with the right people or whatever, and so everything that I was doing, from getting a manager or whatever, putting out records the way I was doing, and then who was being attracted, and then I got, like all the things that kind of happened were just kind of happening, not fast, but in a timely manner. You know what I mean? And everything was like perfect. You know what I mean? It's going. Now to get to your point, is that vinyl, we're not selling it anymore. No, we're not doing physical CDs or tapes or whatever. So what ends up happening is that everybody now is a producer, right? Everybody's putting out music. So the thing is that you open up your laptop, you do something, whatever, and you put it out. So the industry is definitely flooded with a lot of music and a lot of noise. Let's put it that way. I don't want to say garbage, but a lot of noise, right? And then now it just becomes harder, because it's like you're trying to put out music, and is
Competing with millions.
competing with a lot
Basically,
of stuff.
yeah.
Where like back then, it's like if you're putting out a record, it's like you got to be like, make sure that this is a good record you're going to put out, that you think you're going to make at least your money back. Because if you're not going to make your money back, you're losing money. Nobody wants to lose money, right? So that's why it was filtered out a little bit better. Now there's no filter, because everybody can produce
Everybody
music,
can
right?
access, yeah.
Right.
So then even now, like, established people, like, the DJ Sneaks, myself, whoever, are not competing with all this stuff, right? So the thing is, like, how do we promote that? Because now you have to learn how to do stuff on the internet, like, the social media stuff, the videos, the whatever. But then you got to hire somebody, or you got to learn the stuff.
Right.
So it's all kinds of stuff, whatever. So now, I mean, at least I'm speaking for myself, is that I have a lot of music that I put out, even with the remixes that I've done, because I was actually putting out. I was doing remixes and re-edits and whatever for my DJ sets, and people were asking me about it. So then I did a Bandcamp. Sundance actually said, like, "Yo, do a Bandcamp. We do a Bandcamp." So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me look into it. I did it, and then started putting on the remixes that are they're unofficial, but the remixes for me. That
What
I was
are you
playing.
on Bandcamp? How can they find you?
I am CZR.
That's it, TZR? Okay.
.bandcamp.com.
Okay.
I want to acknowledge some people over on TikTok that you got over here too.
Yes.
I'm like trying to filter between both sides right now. So we got DJ Low on here. We've got Rick on TikTok. Thank you for joining in. I'm trying to see if there's any questions from them.
Yeah, I love questions.
Michael, I'm sorry, dude. I'm gonna mess up your name. Girus. Is that what it is?
I don't have my
Girus?
glasses. I can't help you. It's
Girus.
all
There are
foggy
two
to me.
types of music,
I
bad,
can't see.
good and bad. I agree.
Yes, 100%. I've always said that.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. So, I know I've seen a lot of, new tracks. I've been listening to them. I think they're awesome.
Thank you.
I think they're doing, I do believe you have one with Sundance too. Am I wrong?
Yeah, that's actually the first one I put on Bandcamp to kind of test it out. And then, that did good. Mm-hmm. But then the other ones, once you start getting traction again, right?
And then you just did a remake on, tell me if I'm wrong, Sade?
Sade.
Yeah, I thought that was hot.
Thank you.
That was hot.
That's doing good too.
So, tell me, how do you continue to come up with the music that you do and continue to stay relevant in the game? I know with AI, it's different now. With Bandcamp, I know what you're saying, but how do you continue to be creative and still remain relevant?
So I've always said this to people on a personal level. So I'm talking to somebody, whatever, kind of like this question you would ask me, yo, how do you do this, whatever. Now that we have social media, I've actually said this publicly, if you may, in that sense. But God, like, really, I feel like God has touched me back then, how stuff was happening with tracks. Like, I don't have no musical background. Like, I didn't go to school for music, nothing like that, right? So the fact that I'm able to do this stuff at what people tell me, right, at a high quality, and I have standards, obviously, too, right? So what I feel, or what somebody feels, not necessarily what other people feel, right? But when I hear from other people of how high quality my music is, standard, and I cater to DJs, you know, and obviously to the dance floor, but I'm saying arrangement wise, I cater to DJs, you know.
Yeah.
But the dance floor is definitely what I focus on. You know what I mean? If it moves me, I'm like, yo, it's gonna move some people. Then I gotta arrange it so DJs can play it. So then, you know, so I just try to put all the perfect elements into it. But again, ultimately, God, I think that at one point when I had a big run of like music and this and whatever releases, every release was like banging and mixtapes and again mixed compilations. I'm going to say mixed compilations because these are legal mixed compilations that people were licensing my music to worldwide.
Notice he said legal.
Yeah, legal. At that point.
Legal.
And-
Not illegal.
And not illegal, right? The illegal ones were cool too, but I ain't getting no money from that, you know. But,
So they don't count. No, just kidding.
No, much love to all those DJs too.
What up, Tim Schomer?
So Tim Schomer wants to know who does your hair, and is he still modeling? Oh my God, Tim! Welcome in, Tim Schomer.
What's up, Tim? Tim's funny.
Ethan wants to know. Ask CZR if AI is going to hurt DJs going forward because AI could change it.
No, I love AI. I actually embrace AI. I'm actually involved with like heavily. I'll give you an example. So the song that you're talking about, Sundance. Mm-hmm. Literally, if you guys can check that out, it's actually again iamczr.bandcamp.com. Look for the first release, which would be the last one. If you when you go on there, there's a video for that song, and if you look at that video is technically just still images, and I had to create artwork for it, and so I'm doing like almost like one image at a time kind of thing, and it's a full video. When people see it, they're like, oh yo, who could do that video? I'm like, I did, like you did. Even Sundance was super surprised, you know. People that she knows that are videographers too, or I even have videographer friends that do editing and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They're like, yo, who did that video? You know, they're like super impressed. I'm like, when I say I did, they think I'm joking, you know. But anyways, that was done through AI.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's just like, and that was my first video ever doing it like that, you know. Mm-hmm. And I might even do like a little video about like showing people like, yo, this is the picture and look at this clip and then this clip and then that clip, whatever, you know, so people can see that you got to embrace AI.
You know, if you think about it, Caesar, you could probably do a movie with AI about your history, like Pharrell did with the Lego movie.
You know, I haven't seen that, but I've been wanting to watch it.
Such
a Lego movie?
Yes.
Yeah, Lego movie.
Pharrell did.
It already came out.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
Pharrell did a movie, a Lego movie,
With all the
stories of how he got in the music business, and he used Lego figures for Snoop and all that.
Yep.
You should think about doing it AI.
That's funny.
Oh,
yeah.
you know what? I'm sorry. I thought you meant DJ Lego.
Oh, no.
Dork.
You're off like he made a movie.
You're such a dork. Sometimes I'm like, catch up, man, catch up. Catch up like the comments we got to catch up with.
Today I'm just a fan. I'm just like listening to you,
He's
your
fanning
history.
out.
'cause
He's fanning
I am
out.
fanning out because I'm really impressed, and really proud of you how you have taken it.
Thank you, man. I respect that. Thank you.
So Mario C. Gonzalez says his Earth, Wind, and Fire redone's track is fire.
Yes. Thank you.
Julius Oliver is on here. Welcome, Julian. I brought 2 tracks with the Sade and Wonder of You. Both tracks are hot.
Oh, thank you.
Hirsch is saying, what year did you make Bandcamp music?
The Bandcamp, I just started last year.
Last year? Okay.
Yeah. So the reason I kind of did that too, I'm gonna address this a little bit. I did the series is called Die Empty. So the reason the Die Empty, that's not even like a sorrow thing or whatever, is DJ Jazzy Jeff. He did an interview and he was talking about that because I have a lot of music that's just sitting in my hard drive. You know, my partner Malik from the Out Here Brothers, we've joked
I
about
haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah, no,
it's like he fell off the face of the earth.
He has not. We've been recording, and a lot of people don't know we write for other people and stuff, you know. Mm-hmm. And so we have videos and stuff like that. Whatever, I might even post some of that stuff later. But we're not the artist on it. Some of them we are actually too. You know, we're like but under an alias. However, anyway, so Malik and I we've joked about our music, like we haven't released it or whatever. And it's we should start a label called Hard Drive Music, and it just sits there. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of producers have that same mindset that they don't feel like it's ready or whatever it is, right? Mm-hmm. Back to Jazzy Jeff. Jazzy Jeff said that you should release stuff and you just die empty. Don't leave anything in the tank or or in the hard drive
Yeah.
or whatever. And that's kind of what inspired me to be like, you know what, let me start releasing some of this stuff because my tour dates are not like heavy or whatever. But whenever I do any tour dates or whatever, I play my music. But I don't play a lot of my music. I might play one or two songs, or I go somewhere.
You give other
I was
DJs
gonna
a chance?
ask you that.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you that because you still DJ, right?
Yeah, for
And
sure.
when you do a set, do you play like just? Have you done a set of just your music? That's it for an hour.
No.
Why not?
I know that I
Kinda
could.
like,
I know. I know I can probably do
Louis
like
does.
3 hours.
Yeah.
But
I was like, Louis Vega does.
Why
It's
don't
all
you do
his
just your
music.
music here in Chicago? Or
You know what? So
be honest.
So okay, the reason I haven't really done it, but I'll give you a story too, because 3J's in here, and I remember him saying something about that to me. The reason I don't do it is kind of like I feel like I'm bragging. And we're talking about being humble. I mean, that's where the humbleness comes in. Even when I know, like, the song Bad Enough, right? Like, I know that's a hot record. Like, I feel like, yo, this is dope. Like, I fucking love it to the core. But then I'm going to do a DJ set, and people that know that I have that song in my arsenal, in my record bag or whatever, dude, why didn't you play that?
Yeah.
That's a hot song. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm shy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like I think you're at a different level now. Definitely, right? It's like you're in concert. So
Right. So now, but think about
You
that,
know?
right? So now, put yourself in my shoes, though. So imagine, so whatever, like I have a extensive catalog. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm gonna go play for an hour and I play these songs for an hour, right? I'm gonna miss something that fans like, yo, why didn't you play Groove to this? But I know my markets, right? Say, for instance, if I'm gonna play in California, anywhere in California, I know these for sure I'm gonna play.
Right.
But then I want to play this other new shit that came out that I like. You know what I mean? Other artists, other producers and stuff. So I don't get to play my set because I only got 1 hour to do.
I think you
So
should
it's
do
a
a set
balance.
I
to
think
play
so.
your. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, Louis Vega does it all the time when he tours. He plays only all his stuff, and that's it. And did a live band with it too.
Nice.
So,
Yeah. So the thing is that people don't have budgets like that, right? For certain people.
Oh, you can still
like,
do
like,
your
like,
own
like,
music.
Field of Dreams.
True.
If you build it, they will come.
True,
so
true.
that's how I feel. So we got a couple of people on here that just jumped on. Oh, Tim Schomer says Caesar's no joke. He's a DJ of DJs. Oh, that's so
love,
cool.
love. Thank you, Tim.
West Nick Rand is Caesar is great, hard to beat. Somebody had a question in here that I saw. Daniel Gariba, thank you for joining us. Jose Avila's in here. Thank you for joining us. Ask Caesar is, oh no, we asked him about that already.
Well,
I just asked AI to create a mix with DJ CZR's music, and it created a mix. Ooh,
Look
how
at
do you look
that.
at that?
What the hell? Like a playlist? What's up, Daniel? Like a playlist? Yeah, I guess.
He says it's a mix. I don't think it's a playlist. I think it's a mix. Ooh, we're gonna-
Send it to me.
He wants to see what it sounds like.
You think you can do that here on the South Side? Play a 1 hour set, or can you do it on the North Side? Is it different for you? Because you've been around.
Yeah. So so I can play a set here in
just
right.
your
So
music.
no, that's a good question, right? So I can actually do a set in the same day. I can get booked in the North Side and the South Side, and play different music for each.
Why?
Because I could. Because I have an extensive
Oh, okay.
catalog.
I thought maybe a certain part of town.
Oh no! I'm just saying I have enough music to
Okay.
I'm not gonna replicate.
Welcome in, Party Patty.
I won't replicate it, kind of thing. That's the only reason.
But I think that'd be pretty cool. I mean,
So going back to 3J, 3J played Millennium Park with me.
Last year.
We're just back to back or whatever. Like I did my set, they did their set. Him and Patrick, and my wife actually. What's his name? 3J didn't tell me. My wife told me that 3J said this. And he's like, see, that's what he should be doing. And the thing is that I was playing just my set or whatever, right? Never program anything. I always do everything live. I like to check out the event, party, whatever, at least an hour before, get a vibe, and then I kind of know where I can take it. So 3J was, my set was just playing, just again, how I normally play, whatever. But then I started doing like a little met. I'm like, oh shit, how much time I got? Like, oh, I got like 20 minutes left. So then I just started banging out like all my CZR shit that people know from Chicago, whatever. And people were going crazy. So then that's the comment that he made to my wife. He's like, that's what he should be doing. Like, he should be playing that, whatever, you know what I mean? Which is cool, you know, like I can do that, you know, but the party has to kind of call for it, you know what I mean? I can do that, but
Now he's given us an idea for the conference. We'll be talking after this.
There you go.
So Chris Lara, hey Chris, birthday's coming up, man. Birthday's coming up soon. AI needs to pay royalties.
Yes, 100%.
I you know, but I'm not gonna say they're not. So please don't think that I'm not gonna say that it shouldn't. But how? You're asking a system that's run by a data center.
But it's a company, though.
It is.
Yeah.
But the question would be, how would you do that? Like, who are you aiming for outside of the company? Because there's so many other things going on behind that scene.
Yeah,
It's kind of it's a trick question.
Very tricky.
Yeah,
Very
I
tricky.
agree.
Yeah.
So, as you're coming along, and you know, we were talking about the record store, and that went, and then you started getting heavily more into your mixing and touring. I mean, tell me what albums you've come across that DJs would be like, I can't wait to, you know, I wish I could meet them or something of that nature.
What
DJs have you met along the way that others would be like, I wish I could meet him, or, you know, he's somebody that, you know, that I look up to? Name a few DJs that you've come across that have even been like your fan, and you've been a fan of theirs, and you would be like, just me, you're a fan of me. I've been a fan of you forever.
Yeah. So there's a few of those things. So, you know, just touring, you just come across all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The very first one that comes to mind after the last thing you just said, being a fan of you, being a fan of me, kind of thing, is that I have the record out. I'm in New York. Eric Merlo's doing his Thursday night over there. Armand Van Helden is spinning because he's doing his release party there. I'm actually recording something over there, but so I went over there to record in New Jersey at Double Platinum Studios with Eric, but he's doing a party on Thursday. So he's like, yo, come on, let's go, whatever. I'm like, yeah, let's go. So anyway, so Armand is doing his event. I mean, his record release party at Eric's weekly thing. And then I meet Junior Sanchez. So Junior, he's like, yo, what's up, C's, whatever. He's very excited. I'm excited to meet him. And he's like, yo, you know, come meet Armand. He was spinning. So he's like, yo, this is CZR. He's like, yo, what's up, man? So he was very excited as well. I was bugging out. So I'm like, that's Armand Van Helden. You know what I mean? And he's fanning out.
He
to
knows
me.
my name?
Yeah, that was crazy. He's like, yo. And there's two stories I'm going to say. So he's like looking, he's like, yo, check this out, boom. It's my new shit. You know, it's a double pack, whatever. That's where you have the song You Don't Know Me, which is the biggest hit, whatever. Yeah. And I was like, I have a test press now of it. It was like,
oh, wow.
Shit. And he's doing his, so it was just, you know, like a mind fuck or whatever, right? After that, we go hang out at his condo and show him his equipment, whatever. It's like, oh shit, it's me, him, and Junior or whatever. Then Junior, I end up sleeping over at, he was going to drop me off at my hotel. Junior, he's like, no, you stay in my crib. I'm like,
oh, damn.
All right, I'll stay at your crib then.
Save me money.
right. So I go, we go to his crib, whatever, showing me his equipment, whatever. And then fast forward to, anyways, the other Armand stories that I have is that Subliminal Sessions is in Miami. So I get there, and then it's at Crowbar, but Crowbar, Miami. And so anyway, so we're there, and then I get there, and then Ani, which is the road manager for Eric or whatever, he's like, yo, what up, C's, whatever. So I get there, whatever, so he lets me into this area, the DJ area, right? So he's like, yo, you know Armand? I'm like, yeah, I know Armand. He's like, yo, what's up? Yo, C's, what up? And then he's like, yo, I'm playing your new shit. I'm like, yeah. And I'm trying to think what record are you talking about, right? Because I had a couple records out. So he's like digging through the crates. He's like, yo, hold on 1 second. I got it right here somewhere. Hold on. Yo, you got it. Hold on. What? He's like, yo, this one right here. I'm like, he's like, yo, that's fucking fire. I'm like, oh, shit, okay. It's a record called Subterranean Odyssey. Originally was released because it was a Enrique Iglesias remix that I did.
Oh, shit.
So I got paid, everything, whatever, right? So it got released as a like a promo, but they never released it as an actual release. People were asking me about it. So what do? I'm like, do like my own shit. fuck it, let's put it out, you know. So that's what he was playing. He was playing the bootleg of my remix. Of
He's
The
like,
Music
I'm
Business.
bootlegging my own
Bootlegging
shit.
my own shit. Somebody else gonna
And I'm
bootleg
gonna
my
claim it.
shit.
Who's gonna say it? Who's gonna say something? Say something.
Say something.
Oh my God, that is crazy.
Yeah. But yeah. So throughout the journey, like I've met, like I was in Ibiza. I met. I was actually with Junior as well. I had finished DJing, and we're outside, like in a little, I don't know, like the lobby. I don't know, whatever it's called. Jamiroquai. He comes like, yo,
love
what's
him.
up? We're like, and Junior's the one that noticed him. He's like, yo, Jamiroquai. He's like, yo, what's up? So he sits down next to us. We're talking, whatever, and it was just a crazy thing, you know. Like you just meet random people, you know what I mean, while touring and stuff, you know.
You said Jamiroquai, and that was the end for me. I was
Jamiroquai,
like, oh,
so.
that would between him and Louis Vega, those are like on my top 10 list. Like I've met Junior Sanchez over at the Chosen Few along with Kenny Dope. That was like awesome. That was just, I'm like, I just need Louis Vega to
I want to
like
hear
fit
Louis
that.
Vega. I mean, it's one that like I would like go pay to listen to it because I hear so much.
I
about
wouldn't
it.
see them at Smart Bar.
Why?
I wouldn't. The last time
Not
we
the right
went there,
setting?
we went there recently for Smart Bar, sometime in the last year, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I see. I don't know how live festivals are, but these people trying to see him were rude. Like they were like, if I'm here,
Years
they're
away.
coming right on top of me, and I'm like, you do see that there's a body. I'm not invisible. I'm not, I'm not thin air. I mean. They're just rude.
But his
They're
set was-
rude.
but the
They're
set
rude.
was awesome,
But
right?
the set was
Okay.
fire. But I wouldn't go see him at Smart Bar. I would like to go see him in a bigger venue.
Okay.
Or even in New York. I would probably really enjoy
that'd be
watching him
great.
in New York.
If she take a trip to New York,
I think so. I know
Yeah, I know people
I
who
would have
would.
liked to have seen, because I think he did Madison Garden with the live,
The band.
with the Elements of Life.
just for a weekend, we'll go.
Yeah.
Check
So
out Louis
we'll have
Vega's
to look it up and check it out.
So what are you doing now? Because we talked about '95. What have you done in like the 2000s?
Nothing.
What?
No, just kidding. So again, constantly staying busy with music and stuff. So I have also a real estate company. So I have a business with real estate, and so my wife is actually the one that was with that. So I stay busy with that, but constantly writing music, writing for other people, and again, even just like the stuff that we just constantly writing and stuff.
So
It's just,
someone
like,
can
finishing
hire
it
you
up
to
now.
produce a track they want to put out.
Somebody wants to hire me to produce them?
Yeah, you
Oh,
would do
yeah,
that.
all day long. All day long.
You would do-
Yeah,
okay.
I like to do that. And it's all genres, I do hip hop, I do house, and
You do new wave?
So my
Not
my
yet?
son, no, you know what? I'm not opposed to it because I know I can do it because I love the music, My son actually was in a band, and so I produced like their demo or whatever, but they broke up or whatever. But my son, he's a guitarist and stuff. He writes
nice.
he writes music, whatever. But any music, like I know I can do it. Like I have an ear for it. And
You can
it's
cross
like it's a
over
gift.
to any type. Right?
It's a gift.
Yeah,
good.
it's
You
a
got a
gift.
gift.
Yeah, it's a gift,
Nice.
and I embrace it.
That is awesome. What do you think about the amount of clubs that we knew back in the day and what we're faced up with now?
I don't like it. It was like I actually heard that even back then, right? So like, and you know it firsthand too, right? Like you would be like, yo, you would go to this party Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and Fridays, and this and that. Like there was somewhere to go every day of the week, and you just took a break sometimes in between or whatever.
Some of us did.
Some of
Some
us,
of us didn't.
yeah.
Some
But,
of us
right,
didn't.
You go out and then you go home, sleep for 2 hours, get dressed, and go to work and stuff, and whatever. You know what I mean? So I know the feeling and stuff, and so it was a good time when we were growing up because there was a lot of movement with the music here in Chicago, and it changed. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, it's not like that. But then it could be the same thing now for people that are younger. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We just don't hang out with them. You know what I mean? But yeah, it still feels different. I don't think it's the same because I still know what's going on in the city. You know what I mean? I know you know what's going on in the city.
Yeah.
It's nothing really. It's cool, but it's not like before.
It's not the same because I give props to the clubs that have made it. Like Mary made it for 14 years and made it work, and she's like, hey, I'm gracefully bowing out. But there are so many clubs. I don't know that if I would want to even go visit, like Tao. I don't know if I would want to go visit there to go see, DJ Pauly D.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if I would want to see that. And I think there's just, like Smart Bar, I was excited to see Louis, and then, it was still cool, but there was just so many, again, rude people, entitled, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But I wish there was like clubs like we had back in the day, like, Subterranean, the Double Door, Red Dog, North Beach, Kaboom, Medusa's, China Club. I mean, these were such great clubs. And it's, somebody on here, hey, Julio, thank you for joining. He goes, COVID destroyed the clubs. I think they were destroyed before COVID.
Yeah, before COVID. But
they were already losing their steam before COVID.
To answer Ethan's question, no, I have not, but I'm not opposed to it if it's $1 million listing.
Mario, hey Mario, how are you? CZR digging in his reworks and remakes as well.
Thank you, sir.
Chris Lar has a question. How does CZR feel about sampling his tracks? Are there people sampling your tracks?
Talk to my lawyer.
Okay, there you go. There's the
just
answer.
Kidding. No, just be creative, man. Just be creative, whatever it is. You know what I mean? And I'm still around, so
don't make it a muck. Make it good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm phone call away, text away, DM away. So let's get it in.
Let's see. Okay, DJ Seven's on here. Hey, I know I saw you a little bit this past weekend. A couple of videos out when you were out in California. Much love to you. The clubs are going away little by little. So are the bars.
Not the liquor, though.
The liquor's always there, and the liquor's always high. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Oh, Ethan Rocknandez turns around and said that we should take this show on the road. Yeah, I agree, and we should go see Louis and take it on the road.
Awesome.
Probably be the only way I get to meet Louis. So
thank you, Nandi.
I guess let's take CZR away, and let's just look at Caesar the person. What is it that people don't know about you that you wish that they could know about you? Not being the DJ, but just being you.
Besides the music.
Outside of the music, the person, just the person itself.
What happened to the computer?
Oh, he's just switching over. Don't worry.
Okay, gotcha.
We're still online.
It ended. Nobody wants to hear that.
You got 30 people watching.
I don't know. I mean, I'm personal shit. Like,
I wouldn't say personal, but what is something like? Yeah, I mean, are you
like going to
what is something about yourself
Yeah,
that
gotcha,
you're like?
gotcha.
I wish people knew this is the type of person I am, and
Besides DJing,
it's
I like
not
doing
always
this.
the DJ. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm the family man. I like spending. It's those kind of things
Yeah,
that are
yeah,
like
yeah.
those golden nuggets that you wish people knew about you, and they just don't.
Yeah. I mean, before I even answer that question, I definitely want to say is that people, I know that a lot of, I'm going to say fans and friends too, right? Mm-hmm. They really respect me and my privacy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I want to say that. The reason I say that is because for me, so I have like little things right about me. Like one of the main things is I have OCD, right? And but that helps me a lot in life with different things, Mm-hmm. I love comedy, right? To me, they say laughter is the best medicine, So if laughter is the best medicine, I think music is therapy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I'm able to, because I'm happy that seeing comedians do their thing and makes me happy and takes me away from whatever's going on in my life, problems, this, that, whatever. So the fact that they have that kind of impact on me, comedians,
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that I have that kind of impact on people with music, like that's their therapy. Music is therapy. That's what I'm saying, I guess,
Yeah.
So I'm definitely glad that I have that gift to be able to do that. And then collaborate with people, I love collaborating with people with that part. But anyways, comedy, I love it. I love to watch it all the time. There's favorite shows that I have, like Law and Order. The new one that I just started watching, Southland on Netflix.
I haven't seen that. I heard it's good though.
5 series, and I binge watched. I don't know for I don't know how many days, and I keep watching it because it's really cool. So I like being entertained in that way. I'm a big fan of music, you know, the Michael Jackson, Sade's.
What was the last concert you went to?
Oof,
That wasn't a DJ.
good question. I don't remember.
That should be on your new
Concert.
list
And
now.
you, and you didn't get in for free. You had to pay.
And I had to pay, right?
Yeah, you had to
remember
pay.
So right,
You had to pay.
so I think probably the last one was maybe like a Jay-Z or something like that.
Okay.
You know, if I have to think about it, because you know Mary J. Blige, Jay-Z, like the big artists. You know, they do great stuff. You know, they're there for a reason. I like that kind of stuff.
What big artists have you worked with, or have you?
Like personally, like this, never. I can't think of someone like big, but the big people that I've worked with was like Jordan Knight from New Kids on the Block, Enrique Iglesias, and then some Latin artists like Los Ilegales and La Diferencia. That's another one on major labels and stuff. Bob Sinclair,
I love him.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
so funny on YouTube.
Oh
I
my
remember.
God.
Oh my God, he's hilarious.
I just started following him because Martin was telling me, yo, check out this video. So
He
I'm
is
like, "Oh, let me follow him."
hilarious. He really got popular during COVID. I started following him. Like, I love him. He's awesome.
Yeah, no, he's cool. But yeah, so I did a song with him. So he's a big artist, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. What else? Yeah, I mean, I'm a family guy, you know what I mean? So like, I like, being involved with my kids. I have 2 dogs. Love my dogs. They're my emotional support animals, and they hang out with me in the studio. At first, they were kind of scared because I don't know, because I didn't play like a loud music, but like now I'm back at it like more heavy, and they're more conditioned now to listen to the music and stuff. But yeah, that's another thing too, because your dog, right?
Mellow, yeah.
Everywhere I go, like the things that people, the things that I attract children, kids, and pets, and dogs, and whatever. They always just gravitate to me, and it's just, so that's one thing that people
Like
just
St.
know.
Caesar.
St. Caesar. Yeah, exactly.
Like St. Francis, St. Caesar.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Okay, we got Felix Romo in the house. Thank you for joining in. We also have, let's see, Felix is saying Victor. Oh, okay. He's talking to Victor.
So let's say you were hired to put an event together, and you were told, you know what, pick 6 Chicago guys that represent house. What 6 house DJs will you put together, male and female, for an event?
For
Yeah.
an event.
Yeah, we're talking. Yeah,
Because
all
I
kinds
have
of
an
house.
idea, but I want to hear yours.
See, then someone's gonna put it together and I'll make no money.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna say all the wrong
You
people.
heard it here
Give
first.
the B line then. Give the B line. Don't give the A team.
Chicago guys.
Alive, right?
Yeah.
Not dead or alive, just that people that are alive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird because you were asking a question earlier in regards to like when I responded where like the music that I would play for the South Side and the North Side.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's coming to my head is that depends on where I'm going to put the event on because
But why is that?
I'll tell you why because South Side and North Side is different.
Oh, yes.
And that's what I want to hear.
See?
There you go.
Not the only
I
one.
got you.
Not
That's
the
what I want to hear
only
from you.
Look, now he's like,
Yes,
reel
yes.
him in. So for me, it has always been like this that if someone's gonna book me, right? I'm just speaking of me, right? So if someone's gonna book me in the South Side, right? Whatever. Let's just say this weekend, right? So they book me, whatever, and then I get somebody else that's calling like, yo, I want to book you for the same day, right? But they don't know it's the same that I'm booked already, but it's gonna be for the North Side. So the club closes at, let's just say Soundbar or whatever, not even that far North Side, just like downtown or whatever, or even whatever. So if someone's gonna book me in the South Side, I'm gonna probably play from, let's just say 12 to 1. I'll do that. And then I can leave there, go to Soundbar or Spy Bar or whatever, and play there. The people that are gonna go to the South Side event are gonna mainly just be Southsiders. So those people might be like this. Not even 1% of those people will go to check me out at Soundbar right afterwards.
Probably not, right?
But right, so there'll be a very small percent, maybe a little, a handful, like, yo, let's go kick it afterwards. Same thing happens. So people that are going to go to Sound Bar, they're not going to come to
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
So I know that I can book a party and play, where like let's just say a Southside DJ is going to play whatever. I don't want to say any names because I'm not trying to diss anybody, whatever. But if you're playing a Southside party here, and then like even if it's 15 minutes away going east of this event, it's Southside. Somebody's going to get upset that dude, why are you playing over there? Because that's kind of their crowd.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of whatever. So that's
Those
anyway,
politics. My question was here more about the music. You think that I know our age because we're kind of stuck.
music styles and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Or do you think it's the same, or did you see a difference?
We see you,
Yeah.
DJ Tragic.
What up, Tragic?
Mr. Gonzalez, as I named you, and Latinos in the house. So sorry, dude.
Is that me? You're calling me Mr. Gonzalez?
No, DJ Tragic's on here.
So I've done some tour dates with Tragic.
Well, you just came off of one last year, right?
Yeah, we did a few for the last couple of years. We did some events together. Very cool, dude. Tragic. He actually helped me with one of my songs, mixing it down. Groove to This, which is a big record in for our market in L.A. That's where we're DJing at.
Why is that
whatever.
not a big record here in Chicago?
It's actually a good record here in Chicago. I don't know if it's as big as L.A.
Hey, Babalu, thank you
I
for
want to
joining
get
in.
into the politics of house music here in Chicago.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like the perfect guy to talk about it, because you have so much music, track history. You have obviously a lot of connections. You've been here, been there.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you got?
I'm just ringing. Yeah, that's why I still want to go to the difference between both parts of the
Both
city.
sides of the
And if
city.
you think you can play like your style of music down here,
See,
Hey, Patrick Wayne, thank you for joining in.
What's crazy is that my style is just all house, right? Mm-hmm. So you put me in a setting of just all Latinos. I know what to do with that. You know what I mean? Put me in an all Moreno place. My brothers, my black brothers, right? My Nubians. I know I can rock them. You know what I mean? In a mixed crowd. Now you got to kind of find a balance there. I know I can do that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, but not a lot of people are versatile like that. You know what I mean? But that kind of goes back to my musical talent of making music. Like, I don't just do one style of music. You know what I mean?
I'm breathing too hard again.
Oh,
You did this to me.
It wasn't you, bro. I was like, I hear the whistling.
Bring out the coke.
Bring it out. Bring the Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola. Oh my God.
And there's very few people that can do that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
That can really
Be versatile in that.
versatile.
The reason I'm saying this is because you always hear these stories. You always I always see. I don't really get involved in these Facebook drama stuff with DJs. Oh, the South Side, they're stuck on Love I Lost.
Yeah.
Diamond
Follow
Girl.
me and that.
But you go somewhere else, they don't want it. They want to hear this other stuff, like the newer stuff. I'm just wondering, if you've seen that divide, or does that matter to you as a DJ? Do do you get involved in all those politics?
No, not at all. It's funny to me though. I like watching it.
Right?
You read it and like, oh shit, it's funny.
You too, Julio, huh?
And it's funny because you got to put it in perspective though. Like this, let's just take a song like Diamond Girl, right?
Okay.
Lord, no.
Right. So check this out. I would never play it, right? Because that's not. I don't do freestyle. I don't do that sound or whatever. But let me fuck around and get an idea, and drop it as an acapella with a house track, in the right setting, people will lose their minds.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'll give you an example. So again, going back to I'm just like strictly house. When I DJ, I produce hip hop, house, whatever, right? So specifically, even touring with Eric Murillo and Subliminal Sessions, Harry Choo Choo, like. We kind of, I feel like we all as DJs, we kind of all inspire each other. Even if you're just in the South Side, you inspire kind of each other, whatever, right? So now you're talking about global, right? So what I've done before, like there's a set that I did for 3J, as a matter of fact, at St. Richard's, I think it is. And again, I don't program any of my sets. I just have music that I love in my arsenal or whatever,
Right.
So when I'm there, I'm just like dropping stuff. So I'll do a house set but in between there, I'll drop Our Darkness.
Okay.
People go fucking crazy, right? And specifically because I'm playing the South Side. Guarantee you that even if I play in the North Side, the same exact set that I did there, not that I replicate it ever, but if I was to play that song, Our Darkness, out there, which we know this is an alternative song, people will lose their fucking mind because they're not expecting that.
Right.
So it's almost the same thing. Like, it's gonna be okay if a DJ, like a high caliber DJ or whatever. I'm not saying that. I don't like to talk about myself like that. But if I was to play it like a what's it called, a Diamond Girl or whatever, in a certain way that I feel that I can play it, that it makes sense for me, people, I think, will lose their mind. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But not that I had that in mind, but because we're talking about
I think you do.
stuff or whatever.
I think you do now.
I'm not gonna do it. No, but
We all know how I feel about Diamond Girl.
right. But the people that would actually hate it would actually, I think, will like it in that setting. Is what I guess what I'm saying. So it's just perspective. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back into house music. I always ask this question to DJs. We're back, you know, what you think was because, you know, we get left out of the talk about house music, right? Right, we always get left out of that
Don't
conversation.
count us out.
Right, so
Right.
That's right.
what's your input by the Latino influence in house music?
Good question.
We try here at Don't Count Us Out.
So for me, I kind of feel like that, you know, with your
Latinos in the house?
Yeah, but saying don't count us out.
Mm-hmm.
I like that because we shouldn't be counted out because we're definitely a big part of the industry, house music industry. You know, there's a big talk of like, you know, what was the first record and all that, whatever. I know what's his name, Steve Hurley. He had a great answer. What's his name? Wayne Williams also had a very intelligent answer that I like, because that's how I feel what they responded in regards to what's the first record, because I really think it's a collective, you know. So taking that to what your question is, I think that we're part of that collective. You know what I mean? Of, you know, one, just being a fan of the music, because if you have a song out and nobody's playing it, who gives a shit, right? Nobody's like,
It's true.
whatever, so it's nothing.
It's true.
But let everybody start liking it and whatever, posting it and whatever. Now it's something. So, right? So the thing is that for me, is that they're stuck on who did the first one, whatever. It's like, no, we should be like thankful that it actually became something.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And we were there. You talk about the Mario Reyes, Mario Diaz,
Jesse Velez,
Velez, thank you. Yes.
Ralphie Rosario.
The Chicago Cats, and you know, the Little Louis Vegas, you know, they were doing freestyle at one point, and then they went into house or whatever. Where like we just always started doing
House.
That's where we started from. You know what I mean? They get a lot of love, whatever, and then we kind of get the New York people, whatever, and but yeah, we can kind of get lost in the shuffle or whatever, or get forgotten about. But podcasts like this then brings it to the forefront. Like, yo, we matter. We, you know.
Who was your house artist influence?
House music artist?
Yeah. Who influenced you to that sound from back then?
Honestly, it's just a collective, you know, of like the BMX stuff to the, even again, these are European people, like the Yaz and
That's
the
not house
Go
music,
and all
though.
that. But that's dance music, right? But
dance
it's all, at that point, I'm 8 years old. I don't know the difference. But then when I heard house, I automatically
Assumed.
assumed, yeah, just
Right,
affiliated all
Because
that.
they were all together.
It was all, yeah, that's how, again, collective.
That was
that's-
cool back then,
that's
but
cool.
now it's
Now it's like, yeah,
Right.
so like separated, right?
Yeah.
And even like going back to it, even when you're talking about right now, what's the word? The download sites or whatever, you know?
Oh, Bandcamp and
Yeah, Track Source and Beatport and all that. You know, there are like so many subgenres that you're like, wait, what? Even when I was first doing records and putting them out, and then it's like, it's house to me, but then people are categorizing it as something else. I'm like, that wasn't my intention, but that's cool that they're playing it. You know what I mean? And like, I'm talking about like heavy techno guys playing a house song. from my perspective. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's kind of it goes like it goes always back to what I said. It's a collective thing. You know. From the music that back then, and we're a part of it, you know. And it goes even back to hip hop, you know. People, you know, with hip hop saying that it's just a black thing. It's like
No, that's
Puerto
argument.
Ricans, you know
Just
what I
like
mean?
house music, it's argumentative because the Puerto Ricans stand that it was because of them that it started. So
Yeah, the
that's
B-boy shit and all
yeah,
that,
that's the New York beef out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Is who started hip hop. Just like with us, it's
The house, right?
the whole house thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
But much love to all of them. You know what I mean? All the pioneers and stuff like that. And even because now let's just say, I've been told like yo, you're the second wave of fucking house music, you know, whatever, and it's like, wow, great, because that's what I was inspired from, right? The old stuff prior to whatever when I started. But then what happens is that if I didn't, let's just say me or whoever else, right, that the Sneaks and the DJ Jasses and whatever, if we didn't follow that anymore, then house music dies. But then we don't get the love that we actually kept it going, and you know what I'm saying, and kept it. Gave it we're like the asthma pump, you know what I mean, for people. That's how I look at it.
you're making fun of asthma pumps. They got mine right here.
No, exactly. But you need that, right?
Yep.
So that's us, you know what I mean? We're the asthma pump to like keep this shit going, you know?
Do you think house music would die?
Mello said he heard his name and
no.
he's coming by.
So no, I'm not saying that house music would have died, but if
Will
again-
die.
Oh no. Because even like the EDM stuff, right? You know, you want to separate the stuff. You know, it's still house influenced. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then it comes back. It comes back to that part. You know, because I remember even a time when Ito and I were doing mixtapes, we were doing techno stuff or whatever. The people were playing techno. There was some really relevant songs that were that came out, but then it just didn't get their shine, and then techno just died in Chicago with the cheesy shit or whatever, and
Too
then
much cheesy
right,
stuff.
yep, and then
Would that be LaBouche?
Bill Bush killed techno.
and then
That's on record.
and then we go to Red Dog, and then you know, do you know what Ping Pong is by Endangered
Yeah, of
Species?
course I do.
Like that's one of the records that when techno was out, like that one, it's just like it's over here. But that shit died, and that just surfaced because good music is always going to be surface and stuff. So that's what happened with that those type of songs, that era. But yeah, collectively, man, we just gotta keep working at our craft and just putting out good music. You know.
I think there needs to be I think the frustration for me and watching a lot of all of you, Mello's mad. I think the frustration in watching these DJs that have come about, you, Jess, Sneak is in a different world. Bear. When they do these festivals, like this past year, I was really happy that they finally. It's not that they didn't showcase DJs, but I was glad that they finally put you on the bill and they put 3J on the bill, and we saw Bear, who knocked it out the park when he played New Edition's bootleg house track, and I just don't think that you guys get the recognition from those who know you, but when you guys go out to different states like LA and Florida, it's just like, it's mind-blowing because it's just like, you're CZR or you're
It's
Bear.
crazy.
It's crazy, but it's like here, it's like
You're Caesar.
You're Caesar.
Yeah.
You're Caesar.
You're local,
You're
you're-
Edwin.
yeah.
You're Jesse or whichever. And sometimes I if it's not a DJ recognizing a DJ, which I wish everybody would uplift, which I'm grateful to see today, the uplift that you have here, in views. It's just a shame how people still have not recognized you in certain clubs. Like Louis plays everywhere. Mm-hmm. Bear plays in Florida, and he's got a good market and niche there, and he'll DJ. They'll bring out Sneak. They'll bring out DJ Colette, who started off as an opera singer over.
Right.
She started off as an opera singer and she turned DJ. She attended enough undergrounds that she saw, what she wanted to do, and it's worked out for her. But I just feel like Chicago really doesn't sometimes uplift our own DJs, and then they just don't uplift the Latino DJs.
Yeah.
And then you know, it's kind of sad when, you know, 3J. I'm still waiting to have that discussion. You know, it's just heartbreaking sometimes.
Yeah. So to that point though, like, you know, everybody's got to do their part, right? One thing that I do enjoy doing is helping people. I just genuinely help people. I don't need nothing in, you know, whatever. But if it's a business thing, business transaction, then it's business got to be right, you know. But one thing that I do love hearing is like people remembering stuff, kind of like what you just said in the beginning of the conversation, where you're like, "Yo, you were very kind to me," whatever, you know. So I like that because I'm like, that's what I want to do. I want to make sure that people remember me for stuff like that. You know what I mean? Going back to Danny the Wild Child, as I mentioned earlier, he was the one that supplied the equipment for that mock rave or whatever for my video. Like I like to make time for people, like, you know, be like, hey, you know, you fuck with the MPC? I'm like, yeah. Yo, you know, can you show me some pointers? Like, all day long, let's go, you know. And I've showed a lot of people. I know a lot of people that bought the MPC because they know, like, yo, that's what you use. I'm gonna go get that. You know what I mean?
They pay attention to the work.
Yeah, and then they ask me, yo, can you give me a tutorial? I'm like, yo, let's go. You know. So then I show them whatever. Danny the Wild Child, he's like, man, I remember when you know. And so I'm like, yo, that's love. You know what I mean? So, but we also, again, going back to the uplifting part that you're saying, like, I really like to help people. If I can, you know, connect you with someone, like, yo, he's a promoter, like, yo, my girl, she DJs, you know. Okay, cool, you know, whatever. You exchange numbers, and hopefully, at least that connection comes up to be something. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you brought that up because we're going to talk about the Latinos in the House conference.
You gonna DJ?
Well, I've been still trying.
Like, oh, shit.
If I ever get back on the decks, if I get back on the controller, I really should. Tell me about your experience with Latinos in the House in our conference, and then I want to lead into something that you did that night.
Oh,
Because we just talked about what you just said it.
Okay.
But I want to lead into what you did that night. But how did you feel? One, how did you feel about the conference? Question number one. Question number two is, how did you feel about your experience on in the conference?
being like up on stage and
Yes.
stuff. All right, so I think the first part is that I always want people to win. You know what I mean? Whoever it is, like, you know, especially friends and, you know, people that are doing whatever efforts that they're trying to accomplish. I want them to win. So I would love for more people to come out to the conferences like that what you guys are doing, because there's a lot to learn. You know, you guys have a lot of great talent here, and I'm kind of putting myself in there because I was one of the people in the on stage or whatever. But I wish they would make more time for it. You know, I'm like, you guys can make time to go to Miami, plane ticket, airfare, right, and then the hotel, and then so right here is free. You know, it might be like maybe $10.
$10. It's really a donation.
Donation or whatever, you know what I mean? So it's like, come support it, come, you know, whatever. So, because it's just needed, you know what I mean? So, so that part. Now, the question was, how did I feel about being on the panel? Honored. That's one part, you know what I mean? Because the thing is that if you know, even people like right now watching or whatever this whole time, even if they just jumped in for a little bit and then they got to go, whatever, because, you know, everybody's got stuff to do. It's very gratifying, you know what I mean, to see that people come out and listen to you speak, you know what I mean, of whatever you have, you know, so that was very cool. You know, then the panel, you know what I mean, and Martin is always a trip.
Yeah, lots of
Martin
had too much to drink.
Is that what it was?
I hope so.
That's what it was then. But
He
yeah,
took over that whole one panel. We're going to have to redo that whole panel all over again this year.
But no, it was definitely good. You know, I enjoy being able to be part of stuff.
I like
like
what you just said. That you know, DJs will go out of state, spend all this money
out of the way,
and
right?
when there's people like organizations like us, which is we're, you know, trying to include as many as possible that have contributed to the dance scene here in Chicago, like. It's free.
It comes
almost free.
It's pretty
up
much
short.
almost free. I mean,
You just
the
don't-
first
yeah,
year we
yeah.
asked for donations, and you know
It's a not-for-profit, right?
So-
it's a not-for-profit.
Right,
So
not-for-profit,
we're
right.
trying to develop within our own organization is allowing for this education to be purposeful for the upcoming DJs
Right, it's
and
all
artists
inclusive.
and producers.
You're not just South Side. You're not just North Side. It's all inclusive, and suburbs. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, we'll embrace everybody. You know what I mean? So, we had some people from the panel that were from the suburbs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
it's like we just try to pull people.
What would you like to see different?
In the what would you
in the
like to see
conference.
differently in the conference
Yeah.
or added?
I don't know. I mean, if I had really to really think about it, I would have to like just follow up on a conversation on a phone call, maybe conference between all of us and stuff. But already, whatever you guys are doing is great. You know what I mean?
Oh, thank you.
It's
Thank
just,
you.
I just think that people take things for granted. You know what I mean? And I don't know what it takes, to put value on something. You know what I mean? Like I had conversation with Ito, as a matter of fact, and Sundance or whatever, and so like even going back to like because I can give my music away for free. Like I did a re-edit of Prince or actually two of them, whatever. I can
heard 'em.
I can put it out for free. You know what I mean? But then is there value to people? But if I put a fee on it, then they value it more. And
Right.
then it's like, you know what I'm saying? So now then it kind of becomes like an exclusive thing for people.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then people appreciate it, and then so that's kind of what I'm
That's actually
thinking.
a really good idea. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, and that's kind of what's working. People are like, yo, and they value what you do that way. So, but it's a hard, a tight line, right? A fine line, I should say. Where like you definitely want people there, like, but what would bring them out to be able to pay? Not even pay. You guys are making money. Pay as a donation for the cause, and you know what I mean. So what needs to happen? So maybe we can again, like I said, talk about that a little bit more and brainstorm. But because I think it's definitely a great movement. That you
Are
guys
there
are
some
doing.
people you think that should be? Who do you think should be? On the panel when we have the next one. Who do you think has not been
Who's
recognized?
who's not being represented?
Yeah. 'Cause there's so many. There's so many.
There's so many DJs
great
that we're
DJs,
trying to.
producers in Chicago. And
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean I think.
who would you like to see? I guess in other words, to make it simple.
I mean, you guys are already on the right path, but definitely, you guys again, kind of going back to what I said earlier, how I started making music or DJing or whatever. Like I got involved, where now I was DJing, so I'm a consumer of music, buying it, working at the distributor, working at the record store, starting my label, doing the actual mastering, doing the so I'm involved with all these things. So then I get to know like how everything works.
You just gave me an idea as you're talking.
So
That's
yeah,
weird. You just
Good,
gave me an idea.
good. I love that. We have to inspire each other. I love it. So then,
For artistry, Fez.
but yeah, so that's what we got to do. Like really consider like everything that makes up the industry, not just DJs and producers. You're talking about the labels, the people that actually manage clubs, but like the people that are doing stuff like soundbar. Like who come through, give us an insight. Why do you book just Martin Garrix and EDM people, whatever? Like what is it about that? Well, do you do every night? Well, why don't you guys do a night that can be a little bit more versatile? That's, because the thing is, you want. I know what you want to do is as a club owner, right? Because I've even done that. You want to make sure that everybody's happy and everybody's buying liquor, right? Or whatever. And if you're charging at the door, that whoever at the door is charging everybody that gets in, gift VIP to whoever needs to VIP for sure, and that kind of stuff. So it's just got to be a balance of everything. But how do we tap into those markets that are making more money than the average house DJ? Who's making the most money is the EDM guys right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So how do we tap into that? So maybe that's one thing. Like, who can we get? And I say we, but it's you guys, your stuff.
We'll be talking we soon.
So yeah, of course, it's a collective. You know what I mean? Like I've always said.
So you did something because you mentioned something about how you like to help out people.
Yes.
So there was a gentleman who came. Obviously, with the timing of ice and everything else, we felt was a huge factor into the audience that came. But the other part is that this young child, I wouldn't say young child, he was probably a 20-year-old, 19 or 20-year-old, came in, said, I wanted to see what Berwyn was doing for Latinos to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month starting that weekend. And I was asking him, I was like, well, thank you for coming. And, he's like, well, I want to start being a producer. And I didn't know what this conference was about, but I'm so glad that I showed up. Nice. And I said, you want to be a producer? And he said, yeah. And then I brought him to you immediately. Okay. And that's when I said, I think the kid's name was Victor. And I was like, this is, CZR. And I remember you had brought one of your artists as well. Yeah. She was a singer. And you hit it off and you guys were talking. And the first thing I asked him, I go, did you get his phone number? And he's like, yes. He goes, he got my phone number. I got his phone number. I'm going to call him. He said he'll help me out. And I said, this is exactly why we do this, is because of that. Yes. And again, he just went into Eventbrite just to see what was going on in Berwyn. Wow. And that's how he showed up to Latinos in the House. Yeah. So I thought that was really cool because you said it right there and then. Like, I like to help out people. And here was this kid who didn't know, nothing about what we were doing, showed up, enjoyed the conference, and then got to meet you. Nice. And then got to have a small conversation with you regarding producing and what needs to be done. So I thought that was cool. I wish I would have followed up with him because I don't even know if he even called or not. But still, it's just a matter of that. And then even your artist stated that she didn't know what to expect, that she was your guest. And she was like, I learned so much history in the 5 hours that we were here that I would have never known or ever learned from anywhere.
Yeah, my one. So I'm a big person about quotes. So if you ever hear me talk on a personal level, you're gonna hear me quote this person, that person, this quote, whatever. But one of my mottos is each one teach one. Each one teach one to me means a lot to me because again, going back to even that story you just mentioned, I do remember that actually. Mm-hmm. And I'll hand you my number. Like, cool, call me. I'll help you. Whatever. However I can help you. Let's go. You know what I mean? And I know that I've done that a lot throughout my life. And again, because I always look at it like, whatever I'm doing is a gift. You know what I mean? So the thing is that if I can help somebody else on their path, learn something and grow, I do it. And then even friends of mine, they're sometimes shy to even ask me to like. So I have to pull it out of them. Like, come on, let's go, let's do this.
What you gotta say? Just say it.
Yeah, just let's go. You know what I mean? So, but yes, I don't like people that take advantage of stuff. You know what I mean? So that's not the point. My thing is let's just help somebody at whatever level that you can, and as much as you can.
What is next for Caesar in the next year?
Releasing a lot of music. So I have just kind of like I had that run of 94 to like 2003 or whatever, just banging out stuff. And then I kind of took a break because of just different stuff. But I was still writing, but I was just not as active because I was now writing for other people or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then, life or whatever, trying to put this business together, the real estate business as well. And then I had the restaurant and the bar, whatever. And then, so that took me away from the music, how I was kind of on a roll or whatever. Now I'm like on that same path that I was back in '94 to that 2003, 2004, whatever it was. I'm back at it. You know what I mean? And so I have a lot of music that's gonna be coming out, and the whole. I don't even know if I want to do Spotify, honestly, with this stuff because that's a whole different conversation or whatever, right? But all the download sites, the iTunes, the Beatport, Traxsource, and so forth, have a lot of projects coming up with people from Europe, specifically the UK. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I don't want to say too much about that right now because.
It's in the works.
Yeah, it's in the works. I don't know any release dates and that stuff because it's just in the works.
It's in the works.
And but I'm very excited about what's going on right now, musically. I have some events coming up.
Which events do you have coming up?
Where are you playing at?
So I'm playing, going back to Berwyn, right?
All right.
Berwyn. Distro. We're gonna be at the Shamrock Shakedown.
Yeah, 3J didn't mention that in his visit last week, so you mention it
Get
now.
out.
Yeah, he did, and he missed it.
Oh,
He's the promoter.
He was the promoter. Even Patrick said, what the hell?
Okay.
So now you can promote it.
There you go. No, for sure. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's the March 14th. On a Saturday, I have an event doing in the East Chicago on the 15th. That's a day event.
What's the name of the event? Do you know?
I don't know the name of the event yet.
Interesting.
Okay.
Do you know where to go?
I know exactly where to go.
I'm not gonna you got the address, right?
I'm not in my head, but
Oh,
yeah.
what's up, DJ
But I'm headlining.
Galaxy?
You're headlining.
What'd you say?
DJ Galaxy's in the room. He just wants you to
Galaxy.
know.
That's
So
what's
you
up.
got an event. You got the Shamrock over at Distro.
On Saturday, March 14th. Mm-hmm. And then East Chicago, that's the 15th day event.
Okay.
I mean, I got stuff like even in 10 words.
Any tours?
Any festivals here in
Not,
Chicago?
you know what? Not yet. But I know that they're coming and stuff. Like I have something coming up in. I mean, I know it's all the way in November, but that creeps up before you know it. You don't need. In LA, I'm going to be in LA November.
Nice.
But yeah, just in between, just filling in studio. Like it's funny because I'm pulling up over here and I'm trying to figure out where I'm parking. I got my laptop open. I'm working on this track. You know what I mean? So like my studio is everywhere I go, as long as I got my laptop. And then the final mix down is when I'm actually at the crib, in the studio there for real with the speakers and finalizing everything.
You're
But
like a hula.
I'm like,
Hula does the same thing.
really?
Oh man, and we'll go to the cigar lounge, and Hula will have his laptop, and everybody can go around, and he's got his headphones on, and he's making music. He actually just dropped an EP last night over on Bandcamp.
Oh, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. I like track 3 and I like track 5.
There you go.
But man, well,
Thank
I
you.
love having you here.
Thank you.
I love having
enjoyed
you
it.
here.
I was anticipating this. I'm like, I think it's gonna be fun, and it was. So
Well, I'm glad you thought it
Yeah.
was. That's we try to make this all fun.
And we fed you.
And we fed you.
Yeah, I got
we gave him a
torta.
torta.
yeah, what's funny about that is that when you said tacos, I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't really trust a lot of people with tacos. Like I'm very selective. But if I would have known where it's from, I would have definitely said tacos. But for me, a go-to would be like a torta for sure. I love Mexican food, so torta would be that's the safe bet. And again, they do good tortas.
Yeah, they do. Hi, Elva. Thank you for joining in. Yes, Jesse, he did say the Shamrock Shakedown, the one that you forgot to mention last week. So if you're going to make fun of my labouche, I'm going to make fun of you with the Shamrock Shakedown. There you go. Who do you want to see here next on our podcast?
Well, he mentioned Ito.
Oh, yeah, Ito.
Oh yeah, Ito would be a great one.
No wonder he opened his eyes like I just told you.
Yeah. So
Oh,
now,
listening?
now, mind you, like I'm shy, but then when I feel comfortable with you, like I'm a little bit open, whatever. And obviously in this setting is a little bit different too because you got to talk. Ito's real shy, so I don't know if he should become alone.
I'll bring him out.
Well, you
Yeah.
may,
All right, cool.
Let
yeah.
him meet the pumpster. I'll bring him out.
That dude is like so quiet. So
Well, I want to thank you for being here, Adam, DJ Jam Master Rock. Happy birthday! I know you got a birthday coming up in the next couple of days.
Thank
so
you, Adam.
Happy birthday, Adam.
birthday, Adam. Caesar, thank you for coming here. Thank you for gracing us with
You're
your presence and telling us your history. And man, I'm so honored to be your friend. We've come a long way. You've
Yes.
seen a lot of things that I've done, from my dancing days to my on-air radio days.
Yeah.
We've come a long way. But I'm so proud to have seen you be able to just make these different marks and still be humble and still remain the same person you were
Thank you,
when you
yes.
started.
And,
So-
and one DJ to another, I'm really impressed in your resume right now. I didn't know all that much history about you.
See, you learned something
I
too,
learned.
didn't you?
I was a fan today. I was like chilling.
How
Just
many
like,
tracks have
wow,
you
wow,
had?
wow.
How many tracks have you made?
Oh, that's gonna be hard.
Because we didn't ask you that.
damn, that's.
I wanted to ask
haven't
you your
counted,
top
but-
10 tracks.
No.
that I made.
Yeah, what are your top 10 tracks?
So I haven't counted. At one point, I did count how many tracks I did, and this was like probably like in the late '90s or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was about at a little bit over 100 at that point.
It's a lot of
And
music.
that's how I know. I was like, wow, this is crazy. Oh, you know what, Pumpo Lee? You know Pumpo Lee?
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Somebody, so he did a tribute mix, right? And then he's funny that I think he played it like on CRX or wherever he was playing it, whatever. He's like, "Yo, did Caesar pass?" And And he's like, Pump Boy's like, why? He's like, nigga, you're playing all his shit. He's like, no, nigga, I'm just giving him his flowers kind of thing, you know what I mean? And so I thought it was funny. But at that point I knew, I was thinking about it. I'm like, wow, like I can actually do like a 2-hour set solid with good songs, not like filler shit of my own
Yeah,
shit.
you do that distro.
And then
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Maybe.
We're gonna be talking
3J's
soon.
been
Well,
bugging
no,
you
no,
about
no,
that.
man. We ain't gonna do 3J now.
3J
We
got
gonna
to
do
double
one for
up.
us.
3J got to double up.
Yeah,
on
he
that.
gonna have to double up. You know, we're gonna utilize this conversation when we
Right.
get off.
Right. So, but yeah. So, top 10. In no order. So we have. So I'm gonna start counting. Like, so Bad Enough, I think, is one of them. Chicago South Side.
Mm-hmm.
Structure. What'd you say?
Ghetto tracks.
Yeah, the ghetto music joint. So there's ghetto music and there's ghetto booty, right? So I actually like both of them too. Banda music, I can't front on that one. Groove to This. I did something for the dance floor. I did the Enrique Iglesias remix, which again is I bootleg my own shit. Subterranean Odyssey on that. What else? I Want You. I did with Delano. Man, so I got one more. So both songs actually I did with the Alexander East. We wrote the song. Damn, what's the name of the title? Take Me Higher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he sang it. But then the other song that I wrote with him was How I Feel. That was actually on Steve Hurley's label, SNS with Steve and Skip. So that's 11, but yeah, so
Okay.
those are like the ones that
I'm glad that you said it because I'm going to go home and
He's gonna do his homework.
do my homework, write this down, and play them.
And
There you go.
lastly, how
Yeah,
many
yeah.
labels have you been on?
Oh man, God, I don't know. So just my labels alone, I charge fucking. I have to say probably between 15 and 20, 25, something like that.
Wow, that's a
Yeah, yeah.
lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So someone's asking, where can they hear your music?
At Distro. Nah. You like that, CJ?
No, just kidding.
So yeah, you can find my music on all platforms. You can definitely find it on Spotify, which I hate that I'm even promoting that because they don't pay us enough. But you can on any of my Instagram, social media stuff,
Bandcamp.
Facebook, whatever, Bandcamp for sure. See, Bandcamp is more like the exclusive stuff. Mm-hmm. You're right, but you can definitely hear my production there.
Would you
but
have
then-
structure or what is that?
Structure is my
Then Bad
favorite,
Enough.
then Bad Enough.
Yeah, there you go. Right,
You're
so
on
the
there?
top 10. Is that there was no, they're not on Bandcamp. No, they're not on Bandcamp. They're on all the other
Okay.
Traxsource,
All right, okay.
Beatport, all that stuff. Yeah,
So look for his music.
Apple
Yep.
Music, all that.
And if not, follow him on TikTok, follow him on Instagram, follow him on Facebook, follow him on all social media platforms.
And like
what
the
are you
stuff,
under?
too.
There you go. I am CZR is
Across the board, yep.
there you go. Well, thank you so much, Caesar, for being here
Welcome. Thank
and
you for
and having
welcoming
this
me.
history and this wonderful session with us. Everybody, thank you for joining in from TikTok, YouTube, and from Facebook.
Thank you.
Join us
Join us
this Saturday.
This Saturday at
Wanna hear some-
Hideaways.
Want to hear some house music?
You need to be at
Hideaway.
Hideaways, Caesar. You need to be at Hideaways this week.
There you go.
5 West Division,
Only-
Chicago, by
who's-
Rush
who's-
Street.
Who's spinning?
QMM, Pablo Punk Out Gonzalez, Mickey Mixon Oliver, Gene Hunt, and Tyree Cooper.
Oh,
I
for
think
sure.
you know those people.
So yeah, good friend of mine.
Right?
So for sure you're gonna hear CZR stuff there. So
Yeah,
I
you're
come-
definitely going to hear some
come
CZR
through.
stuff there. I think Pablo's going to actually put it in finally.
There you go.
He's going to look it up
gonna look it
beyond his only top 10 house music tracks
I'll add
he
to my
knows.
top 10 house songs.
so
Thank
And
you so
then-
much
and
for
then
joining us.
we
Hideaways
forgot-
on Friday, or Saturday, I'm sorry.
Saturday, and then March 8th.
March 8th is Gino Rockin' and Romo's Daytime with Lisa. If you have not gotten your tickets,
Joe's Live.
you need to get them now. Joe's Live,
Local cantina.
Rosemont, March 8th, starts at 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and he's got to be out by 7. Lisa with the dominating 6. DJ Voodoo, DJ Victor Salazar, DJ Diablo, DJ Jade, and DJ Dynamico will all be present that given day. So you're going to have a list of DJs there and a performance by Lisa. But we definitely want to make sure that you guys get your tickets. They will be selling tickets at the door from what I understand, but get them before that. You don't want to pay at the door. You want to pay previously to that. You can always go to Gino's dentist. He's got 3 dentist office. Go and get your tickets there. But Hideaways this weekend, reach out to myself, Pablo, or DJ QMM to get your tickets. Hideaways at 5 West Division, which is the Old Poets. So we're going to relive like as if we're 20 and 30 again
Reach out
on,
to me
on
and then,
Russian Division.
I'll just put you on the guest list.
There you go. So reach out to us, let us know, and again, thank you for joining us. And we are taking a break next week, so we will see you in 2 weeks. Good night, everybody, and thank you for being here.
Nachos.
Mwah!
It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo